Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Into the Limelight, the show where I interview up-and-coming artists, creatives, and otherwise interesting individuals. I am your host, Carter Anthony, and today we are joined by 50%, we couldn't get all of them, 50% of the Sun Junkies, Nick Stacy and Ethan Silver. What up, fellas?
Not much, man. We're just hanging out.
What up, dude?
Happy to be here. We're stoked. Yeah.
That's great to hear.
Cool. Yeah, we couldn't get the rest of the lame junkies in here, unfortunately.
That's okay. We'll get the other 50% of the cum junkies in here at some point.
Yeah.
It's okay. I planned for this, actually.
Cool.
So, fellas, David was on the very first episode in the inaugural ep, and we talked a lot about, music and his stuff in $30 Weekend. Nick, which you are also a member of.
Yes, sir.
The drummer of $30 Weekend as well.
One of the founding members.
It's true. One of the founding fathers. You're like the Teddy Roosevelt.
The Teddy Roosevelt of $30 Weekend.
Because you both wear glasses, I think.
Fair enough.
I think it's the only reason. And you guys are like the other, at least in my mind, it's like the two of like the biggest Brantford bands in my head are like $30 Weekend and you guys, probably because I know you personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
No,
that's a fair assessment. I mean, at this point, I just been involved in the scene pretty recently in the grand scheme of things, but I mean, it's really just like what little scene that there is kind of came of the kids in high school playing the shows, like, and it was Sun Junkies played the first show at NB, and then everything came out from there because I think people kind of just saw, oh wait, we can like there are venues, there's places to play, like we can actually just get instruments and go up on stage and play to either someone or no one, and it doesn't really matter, right? So. Before
Sun Junkies first came around like 2 or 3 years ago and started playing shows often, there wasn't really an all ages scene, like especially for kids of our demographic.
Yeah.
So I think it is pretty fair to say, like, as far as people that are coming out to local shows often in Brantford, we're one of the founding fathers in that scene, which is pretty cool because there is an issue in a lot of music scenes, primarily like I would say Brantford and Hamilton and Toronto, with all like accessibility to all ages venues and all ages shows.
Mm-hmm. Man, there's even a problem with just like scenes existing and not existing other places, right? Like, so like we talk about like founding fathers of the scene or whatever it is, but like the fact is, it's just like we have a group of people that like enjoy playing music and get together and stuff, and like I'm pretty new to this, like I was saying, and like when I lived in Milton, like there was nothing.
I can't imagine there's anything now.
No, right? No, there's never anything. There was like a single pay-to-play music setup, and there were a couple bands that came that were born out of that. But I mean, it was all very not legitimate and didn't feel like there was ever a community that was born out of people playing music together. Yeah. So coming to Brantford and actually like, there's nothing really special about, this city or any other city, but like, there's a scene.
It's really cool. I mean, and there's a million and one bars that no one goes to. Right. You might as well get people in there. Mm-hmm, support local business.
Yeah, Two Doors is an absolute shithole, but we love playing there.
Yeah, Two Doors is scary.
Yeah.
Every time
it's frightening.
It is.
That's street. We brought the band we were just on tour with, Foreign Moon. We brought them to Two Doors to play our homecoming show, and they were scared on the street. They're like, oh, this is like. This whole city's like downtown Toronto, and then we're like, is it that bad? And they're like, it's that bad.
Yeah, when we were driving up Dalhousie Street, Peter did make a comment saying that what did he say? Like, our Queen Street just makes him sad. Oh, saying that Dalhousie Street is basically our Queen Street, and it just made him upset.
Yeah, I just remember them asking, so like this is the downtown, and I'm like, no. Oh shit! It is the downtown.
I guess it is.
This is the best it gets, boys.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's actually the worst it gets. Yeah. You took them to the scariest part of town.
Unfortunately.
Hey, at least you're always a step away from the greasiest food in Southern Ontario.
Yes, sir.
No, yeah. Seriously, go for some Lonnie's. C'est la vie.
I still haven't had Lonnie's since we came back.
Really?
I still haven't had a single pulled pork sandwich since we set foot back in Brantford after tour.
That's pretty crazy.
You got plenty of time, Nick.
I guess so. We did get to have good lobster rolls, but all I want is a pulled pork
gosh.
poutine, dude. Fuck, dude. When I was on the East Coast eating the best lobster roll I've ever had in my life, all I was thinking is like, man, I can't wait to have the greasiest fucking poutine I've ever eaten.
I can't wait to keep eating trash.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were eating like kings out there, and I was still thinking about Lonnie's every single day.
man,
Still thinking about
nuts.
poutine.
Yeah, so you guys did just come back from a pretty big fucking tour
Yes,
with
sir,
you
we
and
did.
the buddies in Foreign Moon. Tell, please, what? Give us a taste. Tell us about it. How was it? I don't even really know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we
was insane.
It was insane. It was an insane experience. We planned the entire things ourselves. We mostly our bass player, Mr. Issa Muhammad at Issa Moho on Instagram.
God bless him.
God bless his soul. He planned pretty much the entire thing, like from scratch, just posting in local music scene pages on Facebook's. On Facebook, looking for promoters, trying to find like DIY venues and all ages venues to throw together these shows from scratch, and then looking for as many local acts for each show as we could, and basically just building the whole thing from the ground up. And by some miracle, it actually managed to work out despite all the kinks that we did face along the way.
Yeah, truly. I mean, he just kind of worked his ass off. Him and Mario Palumbo from Foreign Moon. Those boys did some serious grinding before we went on tour to make sure that everything went. Like, we actually had places to play. Right, exactly. You had to create it from the ground up. And that's why, like, every time someone asks us, like, how did you do this? It's like, just kind of pointed at Issa. It's like, this guy kind of
direct all the questions to him. Like, we can take credit for playing the shows, maybe, but all of the planning really is mostly towards Issa and Mario. Like, they did so much work, and I'm so grateful for everything that they did towards it, because I literally did not have the time.
No.
At the time that we were planning, I could not have done that.
I'm actively bad at it. You know what I mean? Every time I reach out to someone, it just feels like I get left on R or like something like that. Like, Issa has an in. I think he knows where to post. Same with Mario too. But I don't know. It's we're really grateful for that. But then as far as like the tour itself, it was just, we started in Toronto at Monarch Tavern.
Yeah, I was lucky to catch the send off and the homecoming.
Yeah. So good to see you there.
It was awesome.
That was a lovely show.
It was a real blast.
Yeah, we got surprised. I mean, I guess we kind of should have known, because Foreign Moon, they're pretty in the scene there. They're friends with pretty much everyone, so they got a crowd for that show. But I mean, I'm just kind of surprised that like we played to like almost a packed room in Halifax.
Yeah,
like on the fucking East Coast. Like that's crazy to me, and that was such a fun show. And
well, those poor bastards don't have anything out there.
Their scenes are. We were talking to a few people in like the various East Coast cities, like a few people in St. John, a few people in PEI, and in Halifax, and their scenes are really limited because of like how isolated each city it is, and like the hours of driving you have to do to get between all of those cities. Like it's really limited to just local bands a lot of times, and touring bands don't really go out there, especially bands from the States or like international bands. So I think they value local shows a lot more than people in, say, the Toronto scene do, because they're so sparse, and especially like cool bands and new bands can be sparse, because like the old local bands that they're used to can get kind of like saturated in a way if they're playing too much.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. It's something you definitely have to be conscious of, but then when you get these really awesome local bands that are willing to come out and support, it's like great. Like we played with a band called Sore Loser out there, as well as Hyperscalix and Marzipan. Yeah, those guys were all fucking awesome.
They were all
it was crazy.
Really nice guys, really super cool music.
Yeah, it was great. And like that's the best you can hope for, really. We didn't have a single supporting band on this tour that we disliked. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah, and like that alone is a fucking miracle.
That's the dream, right?
I mean, exactly.
We should give some shout outs. We got Numb Tongues, Manta Rays, and
in Toronto,
and Racket Man. We got to shout out Racket Man.
We went on Toronto. We went on tour with those boys they were on 3 dates of our tour as well. And those
the first leg.
Oh yeah, those are some beautiful gents. And honestly,
in Montreal we also had Effie Hex. Which were very nice boys, and then we also had Burgundy Drive in St. John. They were every person we met, and all of those bands are all super nice and super supportive, and like wanted to like get to know us and like do anything they could to support our tour. And like we had people from other bands buying merch and like talking to us after the shows, which was super cool.
Especially in St. John, it was really interesting because it seems like there's the shows that they're used to playing out there are very different than like the kinds of shows that we put on, because like we show up, and honestly the best part about it is like being able to hang out and use that as an excuse to play a show, right?
Yeah.
So
we get to mingle with all the local bands and just get a taste of the sound over there.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's a party where people get to play music, and I feel like, you know, these bands are used to very much more sterile show environments, and like, you know, they'll come out and, you know, they'll play the show and they'll get off and they'll go home immediately. So they were really just happy to talk about like their set and like how our tour was and stuff afterwards. True. So it was great. Really great.
The staple version of that experience would be what we had in St. John with the Boys in Burgundy Drive. One thing that they said in the middle of their set, which kind of struck Ethan and I as interesting, because I remember we were standing next to each other when they said this, but their drummer was like in running for first place for the maritime drum battle
drum off or something.
Or something. So that's something that they do out there very commonly, which seems very sparse in southern Ontario. At least I don't really hear about that kind of thing. And they were also telling us afterwards that not only is that kind of thing common, but they also have a lot of Battle of the Bands things going on, and that's a very common show opportunity for them, is to play Battle of the Bands.
Right. And that's the furthest possible thing from getting a drink, like 2 free drinks at the bar and being able to hang out with the rest of the bands that are playing that night.
Yeah,
so,
like talking about sterile show experiences, that's like the sterile show experience is playing Battle of the Bands.
Yeah. It's cool. It's a very specific opportunity, but I know they're not really the types of shows that we strive to play, for sure. Yeah. We just kind of want an excuse to hang out at a bar.
Exactly. We're not trying to play a show. We're trying to hang out at our show. Yeah. We're trying to chill.
I mean, when you're there for
and roll.
Yeah, when you're there for that long, like when realistically you're spending like 5 hours a night in a bar. Yeah. If it's like no fun, that's hard. That's shit,
that's
right?
Really gonna
be
it's super stressful.
It sucks. Like you have to make sure all your gear works and stuff. But you know, that's why like this tour was so great, because most of the time, or pretty much the entire time,
yeah, like from waking up to falling asleep every single day.
Yeah, it was just, you know, nothing but good times. So
nothing but literally chilling the fuck out.
Yeah, I have nothing
with the homies.
Nothing to complain about.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
that's incredible. It's also just really just good to see bands that aren't insanely established, that you guys were able to do a tour of this scope and size, and you didn't need like a fucking manager and a promoter and all this and fame.
No, literally, like
true punk rock, my homie.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all about DIY and like, I don't know, having faith in that ethos and like, I don't know, more than that, actually acting on it. Yeah. Like actually understanding that you can do it if you just do it. You know what I mean? I mean, Foreign Moon has no music out. Like none. we just released a single. We have total 4 songs out on Apple Music and like all the legitimate streaming services. And like, you know, no one knows our goddamn name, and that's fine. And like people still showed up because there's a certain subsect of the population that is as intrigued by upcoming music as we are. So we're just grateful for those people actually being out there and existing.
The clones of ourselves that exist in other various
seeing
cities.
East Coast me is fucking weird, man.
All the replicas.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All the androids that exist out there. Shout out to them.
Oh, yeah. So I was wondering if maybe there was one show that you consider maybe that was your favorite, or just something that really, one in particular show or city or night that just really did it for you.
It's definitely Halifax.
It was Halifax.
It was definitely Halifax.
I was gonna let that go, but it was. I think for all of us, it was because it was so. We were playing a bar called Men's and Molly's. Yeah. And it's like an LGBTQ friendly bar. We show up.
Also a drag bar.
It's a drag bar too. We show up and like it's such a cool venue. You walk up these stairs. On the right side is like entirely made for hip hop, and on the left side was like a rock venue pretty much.
Okay.
Proceeded to meet the nicest promoter we've ever encountered,
Gary,
who booked the whole show. He was the guy that recommended all those awesome bands to Issa.
Oh wow.
And then we just booked them pretty much. What was it? It was a large crowd that we really didn't expect, nor did we feel like we deserved for playing the East Coast. We just got to kind of hang out afterwards with all the other bands and shoot the shit with Foreign Moon and stuff. Got to go back to a B&B, and then that morning after, we just kind of got to see the city. Yeah. And Halifax, from our experience anyways, is just such an interesting and different place. We got breakfast at this awesome Jewish deli. To go record shopping down the street. Like, it was insane.
It was really insane. But more about like just the bar experience itself was enough to make that whole like the whole experience like
The pictures, dude. The
like
fucking
enough. Like we got discounted drinks all night, which was amazing. Like
but
$7
not
half
only
pitchers.
drinks, but
Oh
it
my gosh.
was $7 half pitchers. So everyone was walking around with these like just massive
like everyone was drinking beer out of these big like drink pitchers.
Out of these
It
flagons.
was insane. These basically essentially flagons. Like, it was really quite a sight. Like you know how when bands are performing, they have like their drinks like on the floor next to the mic stand or like on the speakers or whatever next to the stage. Well, there's just like these big drink pitchers everywhere, like the multiple. So it looked like everyone had bought a pitcher to like everyone should be holding glasses, and they just had so many pitchers to share. It was a hilarious sight.
Such a power play seeing G from Foreign Moon pick up his whole ass pitcher off the bass amp in between songs to take a drink. It was awesome.
That's a power play.
Man. There was one point during his set where he was he's an amazing bass player, phenomenal bass player. So only he could pull this off. He was like playing. He was in the middle of a song, like still playing with just his left hand, and then drinking out of the pitcher with his right hand at one point during their set. And that is seriously a sight to behold.
And he plays a fretless bass, just by the way. The guy's insane. He's a true talent. But
a true mad lad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One last thing I do want to touch on about the bar specifically is that it was a really inclusive venue, which I really liked. Like for being that like far removed from Toronto, which I would consider to be like one of like one of the most high diversity cultural centers in Canada.
Like it's just far away from like a major metropolitan
space.
Exactly.
Like what I would consider that to be. And there were transgender employees working at the bar. There were there were pansexual people working in the bar, and like LGBTQ members of the staff that were like very warm and inviting and welcome to everyone, and they're just very nice people, and everyone that was in the bar was also very nice to them in response, and there was no like there didn't feel like there was like a tension in the air.
It was really just how it should be.
Yeah, it really felt just like right. It was just a really like refreshing feeling, like being that far removed from Toronto. It was really nice
and
to
still being able to have that, just not be scared.
No, yeah, absolutely, exactly.
No, totally.
That's great. And what was it called again?
Men's and Molly's.
Men's and
with
Molly's.
Zeds at the end.
With Zeds.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Men's. If you're ever in Halifax, look this place up.
Men's and Molly's. Yeah, it's the spot, dude. They have events going all the time too, outside of just rock shows and hip hop shows and stuff like that too.
If I was to go back out to Halifax, I'd want to play there again.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Like I can't imagine like a more perfect.
Dude, I'd love to see Gary again.
I would love to see Gary again.
Man,
Gary's
I added him on Facebook.
Did you really?
And the whole last 40-year-old added me back. So thank God for that.
You've got an in. You got an in for the next time.
No, he's a G.
That's great. And then so it was Toronto was the first show.
Yes.
And then it was Ottawa, Oshawa, Montreal.
Oshawa,
Ottawa, Montreal.
What did we?
PEI. Charlottetown, and then it was St. John's, Halifax, and then all the way back.
Halifax, St. John.
Yeah, get the flipped right. You hit all of them.
You got all the marks.
You got it, dude.
You got it.
That's
Rad.
Yeah.
That must have been. It just must have been just a ride.
It was crazy.
A big road trip. Just a.
Yeah.
Like
sardine can of boys in an SUV for a couple of weeks.
Idea.
That's exactly what it was. That was literally exactly what it was. But I mean, it was honestly pretty. It went as well as it could have gone, because I feel like we all kind of knew what we were getting into. Maybe after the first 10-hour stretch, it was like maybe we didn't know what we were getting into. But that was really the only times where we were like, fuck, this is hard.
Yeah.
That was it. It was never really during shows or anything like that where we're like, oh my God, I'm stressing. It was mostly during the insanely long periods in the car where we were like, I gotta get out. I gotta talk to other people. But that's why going on tour with another band completely helped so much, because we could just kind of, relax in the car and not have any pressure to do anything. But then we would get out of the car, and Foreign Moon, they're pretty rowdy, so they we'd step out of the car and they'd be like, "Y'all ready to get fucked?" And then we're just like,
I guess
it did. And in the best way possible, it totally kept our energy up and made it so that we could actually go the distance on the tour. So
that group of boys, specifically Peter, but the group of boys really are like human caffeine pills. Like just being around them, they can just mainline energy right into your body. It's insane how they have that effect on people.
They have a really great stage presence too.
Oh,
it's incredible.
They
really
else.
knocked my socks off.
Dude, they are so tight, it's stupid. I love... No, man, that's the truth. They're just such great, not only performers, but just musicians. That band is going to take over the world at some point. So I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Foreign Moon Army.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rise up.
Rise up.
Yo, where y'all at, foreign mooners? Oh, I literally saw Mario's moon on the tour as well. So.
Oh yeah,
that was the last we saw of him.
The last physical moon that we saw
was just him pressing his ass up against the window of his car as we drove away.
As they drove off into the sunset.
Yeah, literally. No, literally. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, sensational.
Yeah, I mean, it was the most fitting end to the tour.
Really, in the moment, I was appalled, but in retrospect, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
In the moment, I was sickened, disgusted, literally threw up.
Literally.
Yeah, it was great. Tour was the best version of tour that I could have asked for.
That's fantastic to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And now I noticed. Now I'm gonna be in a full disclosure. I mean, up until about like if you asked me about like a year and a half ago, I would have been like, I'm just kind of only going to see $30 Weekend.
Mm-hmm. yeah, for sure.
But it really feels like in the last little while, you guys have really just sort of had like a metamorphosis, so to speak. Like you guys you knocked my socks off too in Toronto.
Thanks, man.
It was really incredible, and maybe it's just me, but it really felt like there was a real shift, and you guys really just kicked it into fifth gear.
Well, I mean, yeah, kicking out half the band will definitely do that.
Yeah, we had a bit of a we had a metamorphosis, and mostly the member change is definitely like the biggest thing.
Because I don't really know a whole lot about any of this.
I can give you the rundown. If you
please.
Nick could be the guy.
I'd love to hear it.
I'll give you
the history. I want to hear the history.
I'll try to give you the abridged version. So
hey, you can take all the time you need.
Okay,
there's no rush.
I'll take a minute.
Yeah.
Take a minute. So the original rendition of the band, as I understand, was formed maybe like 3.5 years ago ish, and it started with Noah, Isa Muhammad, Noah, Isa, Hunter Shea. No, he was not in the original version.
What's his name?
Austin Adrian.
Yeah.
On drums, and
it was those three. It was
just those three. Was the original?
Three that started. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
They started, and then at some point, Calvin Russell joined, and then they played one show as that version, or as a 3-piece. Calvin, I don't think, played the show. It was just Noah, Isa, and Austin, and they did one set, and they released one EP, and it was all right. It was all right. You know what? I'll give it credit for like they were like 16, 17 years old. It was pretty good for like the first project they'd ever put out together as like an ensemble. And then eventually Isa had moved to Milton, so he was out. They kicked him out of the band because just practice conflicts and everything.
Yeah, it's a pain.
And then Hunter Shea joined the band, and then around the same time as they kicked out Austin, I and Luke Whalen joined the band. Luke Whalen played the bass, Hunter was second guitar and backup vocals, and Noah was still the front man doing all the writing and everything. And then that was when we played, just about 2.5 years ago now, we played the first big all-ages show in Brantford in a while, as I understand, which was the first all-ager rager, or the second ever all-ager rager at Club NV, which also featured the likes of Calendar Kids. Yeah. Which was
awesome.
I was there. I'm pretty sure I was there.
Were you at that?
I think I was at that one. Yeah.
That was stellar show. Great time.
Was that? Was there a $30 Weekend show there as well?
No. This is February 2017.
Oh, then perhaps not. If it was February,
the $30 Weekend would come into fruition later the next year.
Right. You're right.
But or that year? Oh, I can't remember. Anyways,
2017.
It would have been that year. Like later that year, like at the end of that summer. Yeah. But so that February was the second ever all-ager rager that we did, and we pushed over 200 tickets for that show. Like there were over 200 people in attendance.
I've seen pictures from that show, and it's kind of mind-boggling.
The amount of people that are in Club NV for that show is pretty insane, and it still stands in my mind as like the birth of everything that has happened in the past like 2.5 years in the scene. Like all the growth that's happened, all like the new performances, like new acts and new bands performing. It's really cool to see. And like the new interest in the scene has largely come from that, I think, because people are seeing like the stuff like that happening, and they're like, well, I want to experience stuff like that, so they're kind of following the footsteps, which is really like,
I need something to feed my ego.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all comes from that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's it's amazing. It's awesome, and I love it. So we played a couple of shows, like maybe like 15 or 20-ish shows as that lineup over the next year and a bit ish. And then during that time was when $30 Weekend formed. So my time was kind of split, doing Sun Junkies half the time and doing $30 Weekend half the time. But having certain members in certain band was definitely making me think that other certain band was a lot more enjoyable for my time, right? So I put a lot more time into $30 Weekend, and we were like releasing EPs, and we were recording, we were playing shows. Like that next summer we played on Canada Day at Lions Park, and we like played in Harmony Square, and we made a boatload of money doing those shows, and we managed to afford our EP with in the studio we were going to, which was Super, and that's on streaming platforms. Bad Couch Behavior, if you want to check it out.
Plug alert.
Plug alert. And
you can plug whatever you want on this show. It's fine.
That's my first plug.
Right.
I got one plug down. It's your turn to plug next. But
right. I'll definitely be plugging my YouTube gaming channel.
E-gaming.
Me too.
No, the one I made when I was 12, and it's horrible.
That's okay. Everybody has one of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, sorry. Continue. I'll stop being a jackass.
So eventually, Sun Junkies had kind of like fizzled out, and I was like, maybe it's done. Like I didn't really know. I wasn't really talking to the guys. And then at some point, I can't remember when. I think
it's like last summer.
It was like some point earlier last summer, like around like May or June. The way that Noah tells it is he tricked me.
We kind of did
into jamming.
I think we kind of did. We showed up. I remember we showed up to your place. Like I'd had this conversation with Noah and Issa like a bunch. Like I had seen them with Judah Nixon actually playing drums for Sun Junkies at a Hamilton show.
Oh yeah.
And I was at this point kind of like assessing. It's like, okay, like is there a spot for me in this band? Because I had talked to Issa and Noah about it, and they seemed pretty like, yeah, we can try something out. And I'm like, okay, I think I could definitely see myself in this position. So we were kind of all in the same boat. Like let's go for it. And we went over to Nick's with the intention to jam, but we're just like, we texted him, or Noah texted him. He's like, yo, dude, do you want to jam? And Nick's like, no, I don't really want to set up all my stuff. That's a lot of work. So we're just like, okay, can we come swimming then? Can we come swim? Yeah, something like that.
I was busy grinding.
Yeah.
Just grinding. So we came over. We were in our swimsuits, ready to swim, and we never went in the pool. We were just kind of like out back, and
just was chain smoking in the backyard for a hot minute.
You know, doing what Sun Junkies do, and then Noah said, "Yeah, I think this is gonna be like the new guy," and then Nick's like, "Oh yeah." His fucking ears just perked right the fuck up, and then he was like, "Okay, let's set up." And then we set up, and then we jammed, and the rest is history.
Yeah,
there you go.
You said it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that was about last summer?
I would say like early last June.
Yeah, it's
probably.
I've been in the band for just over a year at this point. Yeah.
The anniversary of Ethan's first real performance was actually I guess 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
2 days ago on the 21st.
That was the Spencer Lemire backyard show, right?
We played a show in the backyard of this dude Spencer Lemire, who we recorded
Pills with.
We recorded the single "I'm Only Stupid Because My Parents Gave Me Pills" and the 519 reprise with.
Right.
And he put on a little backyard show with a couple bands that he'd recorded before, including again Calendar Kids. Lovely boys. Plug them. They just released a new song and a music video, Lighthouse.
It's epic.
And it's epic.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love them to death.
Yeah.
But it's been only 1 year, which is insane to think about. Like the amount of
because I feel like I've aged 10.
Yeah.
How far you guys have come in a year.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to how hard you guys have been working.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's been a lot of hard work, but it's also been underratedly easy because we kind of we got along so well right from the start. You know what I mean? Like it was just so easy to dive headfirst into it because nothing was stopping us. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Since we're at this point, we've just been playing. I think how many shows have we played with this lineup? Like over 30 at this point?
With the tour, I think it's over 30, yeah.
That's like, yeah, in a year. Not how many. I mean, for a band that no one knows their name, I feel like that's pretty
good.
Yeah.
We've been working.
And also considering that for most of that time Ethan was going to university. And we're all working full time as well. So it wasn't easy to like put away a bunch of time to be like practicing and performing all the time.
I there was a period of time last year where I was driving from St. Catharines to Brantford every weekend and sometimes twice in a week. Because we would like have practice on Tuesday or something like that, or everyone would be free, and I'm like,
that's a
trap. Gotta come down.
Well,
so,
I gotta go. We infected Ethan with Brantford
a little
basically.
bit.
Like at the beginning, I remember Ethan was kind of hesitant about like, well, I can't like be like just driving willy nilly to Brantford all the time, and then by the end of the school year, he's like, I fucking hate St. Catharines.
St. Catharines is a very specific vibe. If I could sum it up in a word, it would be brocore. It is. There's so many goddamn. I guess there's really just one nightclub, but I hate nightclubs. Yeah. I hate 2K. I hate Fortnite.
I fucking hate 2K.
I fucking hate 2K with every ounce of my being.
Jeez. It's really something. But I don't know. The city is a very specific brand, and I have yet to become really attached to it. And it was so easy to come here and play music and drink excessive amounts.
You got
of
bit by the bug.
After. Yeah. So the Brantford bug I didn't know existed.
The bee bug.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now he's got it.
Yeah.
Here he is.
In Brantford.
This dumbass bought a whole house. Ooh.
Yeah. Shit, huh?
Here we are.
Yeah. But I mean, we've been just playing shows in the past year. We're in the midst of recording a record, and we're doing that all DIY as well. Ooh. I literally just came from my house tracking guitar, so
right.
Yeah. It's been an interesting one. We've been recording for so long that it feels like it's never going to end. But I've been saying this, but I was talking to someone recently, and they said, recording a record, it's like one of three things. You can either invest a lot of money into it, a lot of time into it, and have it sound good, and you get to pick two of those three, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have money, so we're not going into a studio. So we're hoping that if we spend enough time on it, it's just gonna. Hopefully it'll turn out the way we want to.
Naturally, the pieces will fall into place.
Yeah, but the single we just released was all DIY. Like I recorded all that and produced all that.
Sometimes.
So, yeah.
And it sounds great.
Thanks, man.
I listened to it when I was grating feta in the back of Domino's.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we designed it for, actually.
It was really nice, yeah.
Preferably cheese grating and the like.
Yeah. Sometimes the cheese grating song. That's it. So
I like to think of myself as a cheeser.
Yeah.
Cheese grater.
Cheese core.
Yo, that's our genre. We finally found it. We've been struggling to
Nailed
define our genre since we've begun. Cheese core, homie.
Cheese core.
That's perfect.
Our least favorite question. What genre are you guys?
Well, I feel like that's every musician's least favorite question. But I mean...
It's like, if I may, it's just sort of like a garagey, beachy, punk-esque sort of...
You hit the nail on the head right there.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Make it your own.
I feel like with shit...
Just, do your thing.
Yeah, with shit like that, the easiest answer for me is just like, we're alternative. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're alternative. We have big, loud guitars. You've heard it before. But hopefully the songs is really what differentiates us from other people, since that's what we like to think we put the most emphasis on in terms of where our strengths lie. It's just like, we want to write good songs, and that's it. Good lyrics, good composition. I guess that's what everyone's trying to do, but like that's what we definitely spend the most time thinking about. Of course. In terms of like the creative process.
Because even if the recording quality isn't the greatest, or like the performance isn't the greatest, the song will always speak through that. Like if the song is good, then it speaks for itself.
And as long as everything is working for the song, then it's fine. I feel like I've talked about this a bit, but it's like leaving your ego at the door when being in a band is the most important thing ever, right?
Agree,
Since
absolutely.
like, this is my first time ever being like a lead guitarist in a band, and like, as much as the temptation is to bust a wanky solo every 4 seconds, if you do that, the song's gonna suffer for it, right?
Absolutely.
So, and it's about understanding the position that everyone plays and letting everyone do that to the best of their abilities, and not stepping on anyone's toes.
We don't want any Don Henleys in the Sun Junkies.
No, sir.
Absolutely not. Sounds god awful.
Everyone gets their little wank moments, but other than that, we try to let everything breathe.
Well, everyone should have a time to wank.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I have like one or two moments that are like my wank moments, and I've had drummers compliment me on my wank moments, and that's you know what, if I get like one compliment every like 10 shows on the one wank that I have, I just
want to say I'm really happy with how much the word wank has been said in this podcast.
Me too.
Because like, can we get a counter going or something?
Yeah, this is a new wank
It's epic.
record.
That word is not used nearly enough.
I'll count them all up, and I'll put them in at the end of the I'll do a little
Perfect. Hell yeah, Scorsese style.
A little ticker,
all the fucks, yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I was wondering, because you said like Noah writes most of the songs. I was wondering how it all sort of comes together. Do you just one person just come in with like a riff or an idea, or like Noah has some lyrics and you just sort of just figure out how it all fits naturally, or is it a little more?
It's probably a little more like it's different from song to song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. For the record that we're recording now, Noah pretty much wrote the bulk of it, and he said, like, when I joined the band, he's like, I have this record and this is the one I want to record, and you know, he had a bunch of songs and the songs were absolutely great. So at this point we just realized that we could do more with it now that we're tighter as a band. So we each allowed our parts to develop a little bit. Like, I wrote all my lead lines on the songs, Nick obviously wrote all his drum bits. We just kind of Noah had the bass structure of the song.
Yeah, he had the bones.
Exactly, totally, and we filled it out.
Yeah, a lot of the songs on this record were built through like just workshopping, because a lot of them are old, like old as well. Like I've been playing some of those songs. Like, should I name drop? Does that matter?
I don't know.
Okay, so one of the songs is called Cocaine Eyes. That song has definitely been around for like 2 years.
Yeah. And
we've just been continually workshopping that song for 2 years, and up until like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago we did the recording for it.
I love that.
Yeah. and the parts are totally different on it now than what they were when any of the other previous members were in the band. Like, so we just kind of allowed it to grow and in a way that felt natural to us being the new players.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah, a lot of the songs have changed like a lot. Like one of the songs on the record is called Sundays. That song has changed immensely since we started playing it like 2 years ago. It was so like it sounded like half a song before. It sounded like a half chub of a song before, but now it's like fully erect. Which is sweet.
Absolutely.
I hate that.
I mean, it works.
Fair enough.
Hey man, if the shoe fits.
I guess so.
But as far as the new record or the next record goes, I think it's going to be a lot different than this one in the way that a lot of the songs are going to be basically completely undeveloped and then brought to the practice room and then completely workshopped, instead of like Noah and I have been playing the song for a while and then we teach it to Ethan and Issa, and then we just kind of like do what we wish with it.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like built from the ground up with this version of the band, which I think is going to allow for some like really cool artistic elements to be brought to the table. Which
very
is
exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, but this record we're recording now is we're super stoked on it. So we're just doing our best to grind through it and hopefully get it out by the end of the year. That is the goal, anyways.
Is there a name for this record that could be disclosed?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let Noah decide when.
All right,
and
that's
he
fair.
wants
That one's his call. It is.
Maybe
his child.
Maybe when I grab Noah and Issa on here, maybe I can squeeze it out of him.
You may be able to, but that
just maybe.
That is entirely
fucking
his
luck.
Yeah,
man.
That's his prerogative.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Truly good luck. Wish you the best.
I don't want to push nothing.
No.
I don't want to ruin the surprise either.
I feel like before we joined the band, you know, there's always the running gag of like a band saying, "There's content coming, there's content coming." You know, we got content coming out. We're in the studio, and then, you know, a week later you listen to the mixes, you're like, "Fuck, no one can hear this. It's awful." Right? So we're just kind of doing our best to not psych ourselves out in that way. You know, like the album will be out when it's out.
It'll be done when it's done.
It'll be done when it's done. I mean, honestly, we're just gonna take our time with it and put out the best product that we can. So
absolutely, you're like the CD Projekt Red of Brantford bands.
I guess so.
We just don't talk about shit. We don't want to like.
This is the most we've ever talked about the record in a public fashion. Yeah.
We don't want to like get anyone's hopes up or like get anyone's expectations too high for like, oh, like we gotta like keep our eyes out for the reads, because fuck, it ain't coming.
Yeah.
It ain't coming.
It ain't coming
Not
until it's
yet.
coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you'll know if you know, you know, and you'll know when you know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You'll
But
see.
even we don't know.
Yeah, you'll see a
So-
stupid post about it somewhere, and then
Also-
you'll be like,
yeah.
"Oh wait,
You'll
more
pro-
music I don't want to listen to."
You'll probably
Awesome.
see
Fuck.
Issa's
Yeah.
doing something stupid in a picture, and the caption will be "the record's out." It's probably going to be that.
I hope so.
Because that's most
That's
of
so
the content.
that's
that
so
we got.
on brand for
It's
us.
like-
Him
Issa-
Titanicing with little Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like he's
something
it's
like that.
Jar Jar, or Issa's wearing goggles on stage
Yeah.
Again.
or he's like, or someone's jumping, or
Yeah.
someone's going supersonic on stage, and they're like, they got
Yeah.
like traces.
Or like a cursed image that everyone sees, and it's like, why? Why
Yeah.
do I want to see this on my Instagram feed? Yeah, I don't want to see this.
The
Or-
complete antithesis. The last image you'd want for an advertisement.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. I feel like for one of our show advertisements, we just posted a thing where it was like cream cheese fell on my shoe
Oh yeah,
when I was eating when I was eating a bagel, and it just looked hilarious
Oh, it
and
looked
awful.
that was our promotion for the Montreal show.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
thanks
like-
for the show last night, Ottawa. Here's a picture of cream cheese on Ethan's shoe. We're coming to Montreal tonight. Fuck you.
Whose account was that? Was it on the band's account?
That's on the
Yeah,
band's
that's on the
account.
band's
Oh,
account.
I gotta find that.
Oh, it's bad.
It is. It's something else.
Oh, it's good.
Amazing.
It's bad
Let's
in
see
the
if I
worst
can-
way
Let's see if I
possible.
can't find that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
Cream cheese on
You
shoe.
you heard it here first.
Cream
cheese
chic.
on the shoe.
Ottawa, we play at oh yeah, it does. I wish it said "fuck you." It doesn't.
Well, the picture says it.
Fuck. The
Yeah,
subtext is absolutely fuck you.
Look at this. Look at this splotch on a dirty sneaker.
Yeah.
I think most of
See you tonight. We know you're gonna be there, bitch.
Yeah.
most of the posts that we make on the Instagram account, I feel like have that energy, like
Yeah.
that, like fuck off, fuck you, like suck our toes energy, you know, like just like the worst, most toxic. Like we talk about this. Our energy, especially on stage, is very like
It's entirely standoffish.
it's standoffish. Like we're T-posing, like we're making our lats as wide as we can
Absolutely.
because we're daring people to like us.
Yeah.
Like
It's also a matter of, at least for me, it's just like you kind of have to put yourself in a performance headspace in order to give it your everything. You know what
absolutely.
I mean? It's
you gotta
like,
turn on. You
Yeah,
gotta turn up.
exactly. I can't really. It's weird thinking of like just, especially playing in Brantford to like your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird thinking that like, oh, I like go off stage and I can like talk to these people afterwards and I know them already. Because like on stage, you kind of feel like you have to, I don't know, put on a show. You know, be
wanna
a
put on a show,
character,
yeah.
like go crazy.
It's
you
got to
know?
be a performance. You know?
Absolutely. So I feel like for me, it's way more comfortable playing to people I have no idea who they are, or like we have no established relationship, because then I can just look like a complete jackass.
You
on
can be
stage.
whoever you want.
Yeah, exactly. And you can just kind of give it your all in that way.
Yeah, like when Ethan's doing one of his ridiculous dances with his guitar held out entirely in front of him, and he's like hopping up and down between his legs.
Yeah.
And he's like staring at the audience in the eyes, like, I dare you to tell me good set after this. I
exactly.
dare you to tell me good set.
Yeah. It's just the deadpan stare. You got to pick the middle distance
No,
and don't look away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But those are the shows where I have the most fun at, I think, because then it's just like you get off stage and it's like, it's just a complete exhale, and you feel like it was the performance was a real catharsis.
You
in a
just
way.
have the most freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
to do whatever
totally.
you want.
And that's
Yeah.
why, tying back to the Halifax show, that's why partially why that was one of our favorite performances as well, because it
Absolutely.
felt the most.
We were so far removed,
Yeah, it
playing
felt
to
so-
a room full of people that we had no
Yeah.
no previous relationship with, and it was just awesome.
Oh, we were
it
just
was
we were
so
just
much fun.
unhinged.
Yeah, completely.
We just unhinged our jaws and swallowed the venue whole like a bunch of snakes.
Ouroboros.
Oh yeah.
Incredible. Really incredible stuff. And yeah, you toured with your buddies, with your new buddies in Foreign Moon. Did you guys know each other like prior to the tour? When did you guys meet?
We actually just met at a Toronto show that we played at a venue called Unit 2, which is a completely DIY, like, I want to say venue, but it's like someone's fucking house
Yeah.
or something.
And this was when would this have been?
February 18th, I believe.
Right.
This year, 2019.
2019.
2019.
Yeah. Right, because that was the weekend we saw Current Joys
That
in
was,
Toronto
that was
too,
the weekend
right?
we saw Current Joys in
Yeah.
Toronto.
We just spent a whole weekend there that time. But it was cool.
Yeah, it was
That was the night I was watching the Minions movie.
Really?
I didn't want to watch the Minions movie that night.
Perfect. I'm glad you have exact recollection of that
I
moment.
think that was the night. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Was it great?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, would it be not great?
Well, I just haven't seen it. I wouldn't know.
I'm not,
I was
if
just
anyone
hoping.
talks shit about the Minions movie, they can fuck off, and you should give it a watch. It's a great movie.
All right, if that's the
I'll take your word for it, man.
Can you use your only plug the Minions movie?
Yeah, I'm plugging the
I'm
Minions
using my
movie.
plug to plug the Minions movie.
Well, I'm using my plug to plug it again.
All right.
So
Yeah, great. If you haven't seen it, yeah, give Illumination
Give it-
more money.
Yeah,
sweet.
give Illumination Animation.
Aren't those guys remaking Shrek?
What?
Is that canon?
Yeah, it's canon.
Are you real about
Shit,
that?
eh?
Minions, Shrek reboot. Donkey's gonna be yellow.
This sucks.
Have overalls.
Are you serious?
I don't fucking
Life
Oh,
is
okay.
life is a fuck.
That would be
dude.
funny though. And they
Yeah.
made Donkey yellow. And
Shrek's
they
gonna wear
gave
that
him overalls.
stupid Gru scarf and have the freeze ray.
Oh man.
What if Gru was green?
What if Gru was green? Would that change the course of the movie?
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have been able to adopt the girls.
Girls?
The girls.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I think you mean the girls.
the girls. He would definitely would have leaned way harder into being a villain if he was green.
I probably wouldn't have bought that movie on Blu-ray.
Right.
I do
Absolutely.
own that movie on Blu-ray.
That's okay. I have Megamind on DVD around here somewhere.
Are you fucked? Why are we podcasting when we can
Dude.
watching Megamind on Blu-ray?
Wait, what?
Do you want to watch it after?
Yeah, I'm done.
Didn't we just saw something on YouTube, and it was like a 35-minute video on why Megamind is an underrated masterpiece?
It's a good movie.
It's a really
I
good
swear to
movie.
God, it's a good movie.
I was just kind of overwhelmed by the fact that there's a whole ass 35-minute video on
There is no
Megamind.
Santa Claus, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
It's a fucking good movie. I don't care what you say. And you know what the real mind blow part is that Megamind and Despicable Me came out in the same year.
Wow,
Megamind and
what a
Despicable
year!
Me. What a
Same
What
year.
a year.
Two.
2012.
Hey Google. Just give it a sec. When did Megamind come out? You fucking bitch. Don't worry. I do analog lookup. I think it was probably like 2010.
2010.
Even earlier.
What
maybe,
a year.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Despicable Me, 2010. The exact same year, two completely different studios each made a movie about a villain that becomes a hero by the end, and it's also a comedy.
And it's awesome. And quite frankly, it's awesome.
Yeah. I think Despicable Me 1 is still a pretty decent movie, and I don't think the second one's terrible either.
That's fair.
I can't remember much
haven't
about
seen
the
either.
second movie, but the first, you know what, the first movie, I will give it to the first movie. It's pretty good.
I'll give, yeah.
I like, what's his name? Victor? What's the guy's name?
Yeah, Vector, Jason
Vector?
Segel's character.
Oh my gosh, man! What a fantastic character design on that man.
Yeah.
Oh my
Will Arnett
gosh.
is Will Arnett's character, the banker dude.
Yeah,
He's great
oh
too.
my
He
gosh.
he's got the same kind of energy as fucking Kingpin in Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, 100%.
Same
Yeah, he's just
fucking
the
energy.
the largest, most lateral,
widest,
most incredibly lateral man.
greatest circumference.
I just
Oh
didn't
my
realize how
gosh.
star-studded that original cast is, because Steve
It's-
Carell is Gru, right?
Steve
And
Carell
that's-
is Gru,
That
and
was-
Miranda Cosgrove plays one of the three girls.
Yeah, the oldest Goral.
Is played by Miranda Cosgrove. We went from Foreign Moon to Gru real fast.
Same thing.
This is
Same, I guess.
Same
so.
energy.
Orange Moon is Gru.
Is Bug Gru?
Is Bug Gru?
Groomer come out?
Fuck.
Yo,
Groomer come out?
we were all thinking it. You just said it, dude.
Listen.
Oh man. Bug, if you're listening to this, we found your hat at Ethan's house.
We found his
By the
pants.
way.
He left his pants there.
And
too.
his
Pants
pants.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My house is the land of forgotten clothing,
The
unfortunately.
Isle of Misfit Toys.
Yeah. It's the same energy as that, absolutely. Everything's just as gross. Where are we gonna go with this?
Oh, I just wanted to shout out our boys.
Yeah,
all of our boys
please.
that we were out east with. Well, first and foremost, Foreign Moon, of course. We got Peter Smithies on vocals and guitar, Mario
And
Palum-
flute.
and flute and piano.
And
it's amazing that a gorilla can play all those instruments.
Gorilla and his shit hands can do that much.
It's
It's insane.
It's really crazy.
And then we got
I really couldn't say.
yeah.
I'm not. Yeah.
Oh man. man.
And we got Mario Palumbo on guitar and vocals as well. We got Bug on vocals and guitar, and then we got OG Bassman on the bass and on backup vocals, and then
Mr. Alex Spears.
Mr. Alex Spears, the big fucking guy.
Yeah.
The BFG.
The literal 7-foot man.
He's 7 foot 0 inches tall.
And
loveliest man I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, he's a gent.
Insane.
And has a great appreciation for the Star Wars prequels, which I will respect infinitely.
For Oasis.
And for Britpop. Yeah.
Great guy.
Sweet.
And then also want to shout out our boys in Racket Man.
Please.
At Racket Man Band. Tommy.
We got Chris.
And Vince.
We got Tyler. Those are the boys.
Those are the boys.
Those are the fellas. Shout out to them for getting locked out of their van in the dirty schwa.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was the
Bummer,
worst
dude.
thing ever.
That's like the last place you'd ever want that to happen to.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And then-
Oshawa's dirty.
Oh,
Dirty?
It's
I don't-
real dirty. And then the dirty Oshawa locals.
dirty
No
schwa.
offense, Schwa. They
they know
managed to.
they know they're dirty.
They do. Yeah, fair enough.
okay.
They did. They broke into the van to unlock it for them.
Oh, really?
To help. Like they got a clothes hanger and broke into the van to unlock
Awesome.
it, which was
Yeah.
hilarious.
It was pretty great.
So funny.
Yeah, we played at a venue that night that was literally above another venue, and they had 2 shows going on at the same time. Who the fuck was going to come to the one going on upstairs when there was one going on downstairs? And it was like freeform jazz for some of it.
Whoa.
Someone was rocking a cello for a little bit of it.
It was a big old double bass.
it
was a big old double bass.
All I ever need.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, why would we come to see fucking stupid Sun Junkies?
Wow.
You
Absolutely.
could go see a stand-up fucking double bass, dude.
That was an underratedly fun night. Just getting way too intoxicated and
Eating a whole lot of Thai food as well.
eating a whole lot of Thai food.
Yeah,
and
because
then-
we went
stuff.
when I filled in bass for $30 weekends in May. We went to that same venue in Oshawa and played there. And the best part, like, it's a diesel room is it's all right, but
it's an interesting location. Fuck Darren.
yeah,
Just gonna say it.
yeah. Three doors down from that is the best Thai food ever. So
Yeah?
that was fucking great. Got a whole lot of pad Thai.
Oh yeah.
Got-
Whole lot of
Yeah.
pad Thai, whole lot of chicken curry, whole
my
lot of
God.
rice. It was a time.
Got so full, and then we threw it all up on stage.
Awesome.
Disgusting.
Threw it up all over the patrons.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Jammer's Waffle House.
I forgot
them.
about Jammer's Waffle House. Yeah.
Jammer's Waffle House, a band we played with that night. Very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
2 left-handed guitarists in that band.
Hey,
Yeah.
Very interesting.
pretty sweet, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Was I talking about the band or the belch? Figure it out.
Both.
Next time.
Ha! Fucking expose me, dude. So, oh, you know what? That's right. I had another little thing planned.
Oh yeah, sure.
It is.
I meant to... Now, initially, in my ideal world, I would have loved to have done this with you guys, and then immediately right after, I would have loved to have done it with Noah and Issa, but scheduling is just going to be a pain.
Hard. Yeah.
Exactly. So, we'll just have to get the other half on when we can.
Okay.
But I wanted to do a couple little tricksy cues.
Sure.
Questions. Gotcha.
Yeah. I wanted I was going to do we got some trivia questions here, some general knowledge trivia questions.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Here for you. And
Ruh-roh.
and hopefully now I guess I'm just going to have to bank on the second part of this saga coming out so far down the line that Noah and Issa won't be able to remember your answers.
Okay.
So that they
Yeah.
won't know the ones you got right.
So
Or-
I think it might work in your favor then.
yeah. And then I'll compare answers
Okay.
at the end of it.
General knowledge, dude. I don't know shit about ass.
Yeah, I don't know shit about shit.
Let's see. All right, let's just find. There's a lot of. Let me find a better one. I had a better one last time. Let's see. 100 fun trivia and quiz questions with answers. That's what I need. I don't
Perfect.
need them without. All right, let's see.
Y'all know about the Hindenburg? This is gonna make the Hindenburg look like, it wasn't that bad.
What a fucking weird comparison to make,
The
Ethan.
dirigible that killed dirigibles for the planet.
Yeah.
Probably fine.
Yes.
probably gonna be.
Yeah, but that one episode where the Sun Junkies were asked trivia questions.
Yeah. Contact Ethan Silver for all your dirigible questions and answers.
Every dirigible-related question. All right. First question. Name the largest freshwater lake in the world.
Oh, shit, eh?
Yeah.
Is it one of the Great Lakes? Are we allowed to confer on this, or what's the deal? Are we allowed to talk about it, or do we just have to say it?
No, you can confer.
Oh, okay.
Please, by all means,
you said
confer.
Freshwater lake?
Largest freshwater lake in the world.
It's definitely one of the 5 Great Lakes.
Is it one of the 5 Great Lakes, though?
I think so.
What's the biggest Great Lake? Is it Michigan?
Homie. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Well, turn your data off, boys. You're getting no help.
I feel like it's either Michigan or Huron.
I'm gonna say fuck it. Final answer. Lake Huron.
I'm gonna say Huron as well, actually.
All right. Oh, you already locked in.
Okay.
You guys already locked in.
All right.
And largest freshwater lake in the world, Lake Huron.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. It's Lake Superior.
Lake Superior, motherfucker.
The one that's the head of the duck.
Yeah.
It does sound
the
like
duck
the biggest,
head.
doesn't it? It's literally called Superior.
Yeah, Lake Flex.
Yeah.
Lake
Big.
Lat.
Yeah, Lake Big Lat.
Lake Lats.
Lake Big.
All right, so that's question 1. Hey, it was pretty close.
All right.
Geographically, you were pretty close.
Yeah, I think we had the right idea. I knew that. I'm pretty sure that Erie is the deepest. Maybe.
I thought Huron was the deepest.
Or maybe Huron's the deepest. You know,
I think we all have our heads so far up our ass in terms of Great Lake knowledge. So.
Yeah. I wish my head was so far up the lake, but it just is up my ass.
Give us another question so we can be
all
wrong
right,
again.
number 1. Another water-related question. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility?
Somewhere tranquil, I'd hope.
It's not like Fable. Mm-hmm. Don't say like Fable 2. You're going to be wrong. It's a real place.
This sea of, am I looking for like a country?
Sea of Tranquility. It's a place that exists.
I just want to say somewhere really chaotic because I love that irony.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Sea of Tranquility existing like in a war zone or something like that.
The heart of Iraq.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
I feel like that's also in bad taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Making that joke.
Especially since all their rivers are drying up right now.
Yeah, it's really not a good time.
No, it's really a bad time
Timing
to
was
be in.
never our strong suit.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. You want to give us multiple choice? Is that an option?
No, there is no multiple choice here.
It's a country? We're looking for a country here? Ugh, fuck my life.
I don't know, dude. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility?
Say Laos.
Laos, final answer, locking in.
Yeah?
It's the best I got.
That's Laos?
Dog, there's so many countries.
That's so many that I have to choose. I'm going to choose Laos.
Dude, you guys are gonna fucking... Well, Laos is incorrect.
All right.
The correct answer is
way.
the moon.
I don't know what that is.
The Sea of Tranquility?
Nah.
Dude, it's fucking on the moon.
That's crazy.
Look it up.
I think Laos is...
Earth has a moon?
Yeah, this is news to Ethan. Don't tell him the moon exists. He hasn't...
Sorry, I just had to scream. All right, question number 3. Let's see if I can't find an easy... Okay, here we go. Question number 3. What kind of weapon is a falchion?
Oh.
Homie.
Yeah? Haven't you ever played Fire Emblem?
Homie.
No, I've never played fucking Fire Emblem.
Could I get a spelling?
Yeah, I'll give you a spell.
I have an objection. None of these questions are about guitars and or music.
Oh, I said general knowledge questions, dog.
He did say general knowledge questions.
It's like the dating game. It's gonna be the dating game in a second.
Oh boy.
So I'll spell for it. Yeah, it's spelled Falchion.
A falchion?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess.
Sword.
I'm gonna guess a type of battle axe.
God, just go sword. I feel like sword is the best answer. Cause like, falchion.
Dog.
Fine. You want to say battle axe?
No,
Fucking
he can say
battle
no.
axe.
We'll say sword.
Okay, sword. Final
Sword?
answer.
Locked in, eh? Falchion is a sword. You are correct.
Ha!
You won one, dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Chrom
Nice.
uses it in Fire Emblem Awakening. Didn't you guys
that's
know
dope.
that? Didn't you guys even know that, dude?
Nah.
It's the fucking sword on the box art.
All I know
That
is
sounds
it's called a
sweet,
falchion,
though.
and that name is just like...
It's a cool looking sword.
It
Yeah.
emits blade energy.
it's so...
Big
you
blade
said
energy.
blade, yeah, you
really
Big
said
blade
it.
energy.
I was trying to be the devil's advocate and say battle axe, but I'm glad you hit the nail on the head with that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 4. Let's see. Let's find a better one. This should be an easy one. Which is the only American state to begin with the letter P?
Is Pittsburgh a city?
That's a city.
It's a
It's
city.
the only state to begin with P.
Uh-huh.
Pennsylvania.
Ding, ding, ding.
Epic. Yo, I don't know shit about that. I like to say that
well,
I prefaced this whole thing by
teach
saying...
geography.
Yeah, clearly.
We're Issa and I are geography guys.
Oh, yeah?
We know a lot about that.
All right. Oh, here's a great one.
All right, sweet.
Question number 5. What is the diameter of Earth?
Oh, fuck off. I have no idea. I have no idea. 35 million kilometers.
Ethan, you want to weigh in here?
That sounds right.
35 million?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds wrong, is what I meant.
The diameter of Earth?
That's our final answer.
Locked in 35 million kilometers.
No, 350,000 kilometers.
350,000 kilometers.
Yes.
No, what? Yeah, no, you know what? I'm not going to contribute anything positive to this, so Nick's got it unlocked.
35 feels right. I don't know why.
3,500 kilometers?
350,000 kilometers.
350,000. How many zeros does that have?
4.
4. Okay.
I just don't know why. It just feels right. I know it's probably not.
Yeah, you do.
But-
You. I
Well-
definitely don't have a better guess.
No,
so
my brain not working.
Not roughly. Well, just the answer was in miles, so I just wanted to translate it.
Okay.
So that would be 217,000 miles.
that sounds about right.
According to our hobbylark.com, question number 5, the correct answer is 8,000 miles.
That's the
way-
diameter of the Earth?
That's what it says.
8,000 miles?
That's what it says, dude.
Homie,
probably-
the website says it.
The website says it.
Homie,
Doesn't that seem small?
if
I'm
doc-
gonna Google it right now because it seems that does seem a little sus.
I'm gonna Google it as well. That
Guys,
does not sound
Here's the
right.
thing. Dr. Website says it's true,
Dr. Google?
so it has to be.
Yeah, that's correct. It's still, if you want to get technical, actually, it's 7,917.5 miles.
12,000
What's
kilometers?
playing?
What is that on your phone?
I have no idea, but it's
fuck?
scaring me.
Nick's phone's haunted.
Yeah.
Okay, it's done.
All right,
That's
let's do.
fucked.
Yeah, it's
Why
smaller.
did I say million?
million?
Why did that seem right? Because the Earth is
Because it's
big.
big.
Because it's so big. It's
big,
so large.
But it's not. Maybe if you were thinking like circumference, then homie, I would be a little more with you. But like, it's just like
Yeah.
straight through, right?
Fair enough.
That's okay.
I was just thinking like I put about 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers on my car for the tour, so I was trying to like guesstimate.
Hey, that's fair, dude.
All right, let's. There's a lot of them here. I'm just trying to find real good ones. Question number 6. In which film did Humphrey Bogart say, "We'll always have Paris"?
No idea. Not a film guy.
I study film, and I don't know.
Humphrey Bogart?
No idea.
No guess. Not even a guess.
No.
I'll read it one more time. In which film did Humphrey Bogart say, "We'll always have Paris"?
See, that sounded like the question you asked before, and I still don't know the answer.
I'm about
Not
to
even
lock in
gonna
an
take-
answer. Ready? Ratatouille.
No.
You know,
I revoke that. I revoke that. Megamind, final answer.
Yeah, not a single guess about even Humphrey Bogart. Doesn't ring any bells.
It might be Batman versus Superman, but I'm not entirely sure.
So we're gonna lock in Batman v Superman.
Yep.
No. I want to lock in 300. No.
300 like the Spartan.
No, the number.
No.
The number.
300.
Just the number.
No.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Yeah.
Final answer.
I'm gonna go with C. That's my final answer. Locking it in.
Lake Huron. Final answer.
No. Lake Superior.
All right. Okay. Lakes. Well, no.
What?
None of those were right.
What a surprise.
The correct answer was Casablanca.
Ah.
You know the movie?
Nah.
I mean, I've heard of it.
Humphrey Bogart.
Dude,
I haven't even seen the fucking movie. But I also am looking at the...
Dog, I study film, and I just got to write about Train Spotting in my final essay, which is a movie I've seen literally 15 times, so I just get lucky.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Next question. In which film did Ewan McGregor say, "We'll always have Paris"?
Casablanca.
Yeah, you got it. He's in that too.
Oh, really?
No, it's in the 30s. It's black and white, Nick.
Oh, I didn't know this.
I knew that.
Man, I knew that.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
If you say anything with enough conviction around me, you'll get me.
Oh, we got okay. This is question number 7. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
Question 7A. Which color is a Welsh poppy? Like Wales, like the country.
Yeah, that's where Christian Bale's from. I got.
Yeah,
that.
not the Aminals.
Yeah. I know that Christian Bale is from Wales.
I think it's yellow.
Christian Bale. Final answer.
Yellow.
Yellow. Final answer.
I think it's yellow.
Well, guess what? That is correct.
Hey.
7A.
Nice.
You got it. And now for
I don't know where I collected that knowledge, but
7B, another poppy question. What color is a Himalayan poppy?
I feel like it's blue.
Go for
I
it.
feel like it's blue.
Blue. Final answer.
Blue final answer. Also correct.
Oh, you're what the fuck? I just felt like it was blue.
Nick knows his opioids.
Wait.
No. Oh man. All right, I'll give you.
I mean, don't even look at me. I have no idea.
What was that? Oh fuck. What was the? Oh yeah. I just gotta make sure I write all these down so I know the answers.
How the fuck did you know that? How the fuck did I know?
Definitely spelled Casablanca wrong. All right, I'll give you just a couple more of these ones, and then we'll move on to some different kinds of questions. Let's find a good one, man. Well, this should be an easy one. Which chess piece can only move diagonally?
Oh, I play chess. I know the
Bishop.
It is. Wait.
It's a bishop.
Cool.
Ding. Got it. Boom.
My homie.
Yeah, I don't know the names of characters. I know knights move the fucking L shape. I know rooks are straight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop naming chess pieces.
You can name as many as you want.
Yeah.
Pawn. Some people call rooks castles.
Yeah, but
But that's also a move.
fools.
They also look like castles, so that's.
But they're called a rook.
They're rooks.
It's a rook, homie.
That's just the correct one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, what the? All these are dumb. A lot of these questions are kind of stupid. Let's see. Let's get a good one. Here we go. Question number 9. Who was Henry VIII's first wife?
This is.
I believe this is Queen Elizabeth's mother. Queen Elizabeth's the first mother. First mother, I think. Irrelevant.
Unless you have an answer, I have a guess. Queen Victoria. It's just my guess. No idea.
I'll just tell you that one for free. That ain't it. I'll give you one. I'll give you another one. That ain't it. Henry VIII. The guy
was that the guy in King's Speech?
No, that was Geoffrey Rush.
That's Colin Firth.
No, well, who did he play, you pricks?
Not Henry VIII.
He played a king.
Not Henry. That took place in like the 20th century, didn't it? That movie.
King's
Yeah.
Speech?
The King's Speech.
Yeah.
I'll just turn the Wayback Machine.
I'm pretty sure they had phones in that movie.
Yeah, they had like radio.
I don't know when Henry VIII was the guy. Fuck it, I'll stop talking. Nick.
Henry VIII is like an
old guy. Turn the Wayback Machine back just a touch.
Yeah. Wait, Queen Elizabeth, like our
Queen Elizabeth the First.
This game has done wonders for making me feel like a complete
like Queen Elizabeth
moron.
the First mother.
Yes, I believe.
I have literally no idea. I have no clue. I know
Queen Mary.
You know what? Fuck the Queen. I don't give a shit about the Queen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm in that boat too. But unfortunately, fuck the Queen wasn't the answer. The answer was Catherine of Aragon.
Oh, Aragon.
Yeah.
You know what? Great movie about
Dude,
dragons.
good
I
books.
fucking love that
Good
movie.
books, too.
Yeah. Can we talk about Aragon instead of the Queen?
Dude.
Just fuck the Queen.
Yo,
Love Aragon.
Yeah, go off.
That movie is such a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh, so good, dude. The dark magician conjures the fucking dark magic dragon, and it's epic.
Yeah, it is
and it's
epic.
so cool,
Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you ever read the books too?
No, I never read the books.
They're nothing like the movie. Like the movie is like just a complete mockery
Oh,
of the
yeah.
books.
It's just
but
CGI.
the books are, like, they're both awesome. They're both awesome in unique ways.
All right, I'll give you one last question, then we'll move on to I'm just like looking at some of these questions because I know you guys would never get the answer because I wouldn't either.
Ha.
Let's see. All right, final question. What color is absinthe?
Absinthe is green.
The alcohol?
What else?
Yeah, final answer, green.
I thought it was clear.
It's green, dude.
Is it green?
Yeah, it's green.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, final answer, green.
It is green.
Nice.
You did it. Last question.
Dude, I fucking tripped on absinthe when I was in Montreal the
Oh,
first time
really?
I went. Yeah.
Jeez.
There's like a slug in the bottle.
Really?
It's fucked, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a worm in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Something like that.
You're supposed to.
Did you just take a shot?
Yeah.
And you just trip?
Well, it's not. It's more like it just gets you very drunk to the point that you're like, whoa, this is a lot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How much is an absinthe shot in Montreal?
I'm pretty sure it ranges. Oh, how much money? I have no idea. It ranges in like, it's like comparable to moonshine in terms of alcohol percentage, to my knowledge.
Oh boy.
Like it ranges, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was awesome.
Amazing.
Long story
That's
short,
really
it
great to
was
hear.
pretty great.
That's good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you guys got 5.5 out of 10.
Yo, we fucking passed.
Y'all passed.
I feel like that's
awesome.
That's pretty good. You know
Yeah.
what? Thank God
I'll
for
take
my
that.
innate knowledge of foreign fauna or flora. Sorry.
Flowers. Yeah, and me knowing not a lot about swords.
But just enough. Apparently, just enough.
Yeah, clearly.
For that word.
The most I'll ever need to know.
For that word emitting a blade vibe.
Absolutely.
Feeling
Yo, mad blade energy, dog.
Making me feel some kind of blade.
It cuts through the air, much like a blade would. You know?
You're right. You know what? You're
Let's
right.
see. Wait, what the fuck? These are some weird questions. I had a I lost the really good one. Here we go. Let's try this one.
Find it. Editing exists.
Oh yeah, I could just you're right. Here we go. These I think these should be good. These should be a good one. I should bookmark a lot of these so I don't forget them when
The boys.
yeah, when the fellas come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've done the triv, and I mean, probably could have chose something maybe a little more approachable, maybe something a little more about Minge.
Yeah, we know
Ninja
a lot about.
Plunge. We know more about that.
Yeah,
Not much, but more.
Just enough.
Yeah.
I don't know like a ton, but probably more.
Yeah,
than-
I wouldn't consider myself a clunge expert
By any means.
by any means.
Isn't the Sea of Tranquility somewhere in Minge? Isn't that where it is?
Someone Google it.
Oh no, it's the moon. I forgot again.
Laos.
I keep forgetting that Earth has a moon.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. Did you guys hear that NASA's building a moon colony? Like, they're working on it now?
For real?
Yep.
Shit.
That's sick.
I'm not lying, yeah.
Sun Junkies gonna be the first band to play on the moon. Mark my words.
Yes.
Mark my fucking words.
We're gonna have like apparently like a fucking moon colony by 2024.
God damn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get up there.
That
I know
sounds
about you boys.
ambitious.
I'm trying to
Dude,
be up there.
I don't want to go up there. You can go up there if you want.
Yeah, that's
No.
fine. Tell me how it is, dude.
Yeah, I don't need to go there. I just need to know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Because then I can feel like I'm living in a science fiction novel.
We are living in a science fiction novel.
I know. We fucking out here.
Yeah. Oh, we live in a society.
Did you guys know that's a Seinfeld joke?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
George Costanza always said that in the whenever he'd like ask someone like just in public just for a question, they just like do something really rude and just say fuck off and just walk away, and he'd go, "We live in a society!" And he'd just get really little and angry and just shout it all
As
over the
George
place.
Costanza does. Yeah.
Even smaller than he already is.
Yeah, when I
somehow.
was rewatching Seinfeld a while ago, and I was pretty high when he said that in the episode, and I was like, whoa.
Hang on a second.
Wait.
You're not
Yeah.
mentally equipped to deal with that
Yeah.
at that current moment, as I wouldn't have been.
It was a blast.
Man, Seinfeld is one of the only shows that outdoes or rises above it's laugh track, honestly.
Oh,
because I'll watch a lot of shows.
It's not a
and
laugh
it'll
track. It's a live audience.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I always forget that that's how they used to do it.
That's why they do that.
Yeah, I know, but it's not defined by it because I can't watch a lot of shows if they have like that thing going on. Because I feel
bummer.
like it's just like a not funny joke or a not funny thing was said, and then some jackass inserted a laugh track, and I'm like, ugh,
that's just how
that
how
sucks.
it's
But
now.
Seinfeld's
That's what it's
great.
like when you watch Mike and Molly.
Oof, sounds awful.
Ooh.
Couldn't dream of it.
Dude, my parents watch a lot of those like just bad
Yeah.
sitcoms that are on today, and so I know like a bit about a bunch.
Unfortunate.
Bit about a bunch
of them.
Awesome.
You ever watch 2.5 Men?
Nope.
The only time I ever have was when I was in Israel, and there were only two.
That's the only
English
show you
speaking.
can watch.
There were only two English speaking channels, and on one of them, the only thing that they had was reruns of 2.5 Men and How I Met Your Mother. And that's the only time I've watched either of those shows.
I'm really sad that you had in that sentence that there were English speaking channels, because I wanted to ask you what language they were in. I would love to hear like.
There's a reason why I was only watching 2.5
like
Men
a
and
Yiddish
How I Met
dub
Your
of
Mother.
2.5
Yeah,
Men.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be.
That'd make it so much more
amazing.
tolerable
Yeah.
because that show sucks.
It wasn't that good, but the weird part is when you watch the Ashton Kutcher episodes, and then you go back to the Charlie Sheen episodes, you're like, these ones aren't as bad. That's the worst part. That's the scariest part.
Yeah.
Like when you watch the new ones, you like wish Charlie Sheen was on it.
Well, the only dose of Charlie Sheen I'll ever need is one, him in Ferris Bueller, and two, his Tiger Blood.
Ferris Bueller.
He's got tiger blood and
Yeah,
Adonis
he's in
DNA.
Ferris Bueller. He's the guy in the
He's
in the jail
the bad boy in the jail.
that talks to.
Oh
Ferris's
my god,
sister.
you're fucking right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the fucking Robert Smith looking guy.
Yeah.
That's in the jail.
Yeah, the greaser.
Yeah.
Actually, just Charlie Sheen.
Guy wants to get
Tiger
all up in
blood.
Ferris Bueller's sister's
Adonis
minge.
DNA.
Yeah. Yeah, truly.
That's what he says. He says it.
Adonis
I know.
DNA.
He said it. He's crazy. He's fucked.
Not crazy. He's
Maybe he's just way more sane than the rest of us. You heard it here first.
You ever-
Charlie Sheen is fucking woke.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever think about how
Gang weeders rise up?
you guys ever think about how maybe that the reason that people who are like always really conspiracy theory are always really dirty is because the government puts like mind control chemicals in your shampoo?
Dude,
Well, I haven't
I
showered
ain't.
in years, and I'm fine. So
this is a toupee, as you can tell. Put it on every morning.
Yeah, I think it's starting to seep into my brain and cause damage.
Yeah.
My smooth brain.
your brain feeling smooth lately?
No wrinkles, all smooth.
No.
I always thought about because it's got all those stupid wrinkles. I always thought that maybe it was just all like
stupid.
Don't you just hate
dumb,
those dumb brain wrinkles?
worthless wrinkles?
Yeah,
What are they there for? What's the fucking
I
purpose?
always thought that if you could just like take out your brain, you could just like sort of unravel it all and it'd be like a big strand, like in your intestines.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's all folded on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I always like the idea.
But that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
Yeah.
Just a big hunk of stupid meat.
Yeah.
I always like the idea
Wrinkled meat.
of zombies like ripping open a person's skull and like slurping the brain up like spaghetti, like it was in like one strand.
Yeah.
That is satisfying to think about.
I
I'll
wish
give
my
it that.
brain was one strand.
I wish my brain was smaller. I wish it was more digestible.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sick of being so smart. Brain's too big.
Y'all could pass some of that my way. I clearly don't know shit about shit, so.
You can have all my poppy knowledge. I don't want any.
All
of
right,
it.
good. We'll do a transfer later.
I think I have a Game Boy transfer cable.
That
so
works.
you guys should be able to just...
Sweet, while we're at it, I have a Golbat I really want to evolve. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Magmar kicking around.
Cool.
And maybe like a Graveler that I could probably get.
You got a
rid of.
Magmarizer?
Hmm?
That's how you evolve Magmar.
Oh yeah, you do need the thing.
And then
You need a Magmarizer to hold it.
what's the
and
thing you
trade.
need for Electivire too?
Electrolyzer.
Wow, that's so lazy.
That's
They
so,
didn't
that
care.
that writing
They
is so
didn't
lazy.
care.
Yeah.
Come on,
no,
Game
they
Freak.
didn't.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I don't want to get into
No,
Pokemon
let's
right
not open that.
Did
can
you
of
guys
worms.
know that people who grew up with Pokemon and have just been with it for so long that they actually have a little part in their brain specifically for memorizing and recognizing Pokemon?
Really?
That makes sense. I know too much about it.
Yeah, I got
we have
that.
a lump.
Uh huh.
We have a tumor.
Yeah.
And it just says Game Freak trademark.
We have a Poketumor.
And it has Game Freak LLC engraved on it. That's insane.
You know, but it's crazy.
Mine's a picture of just Slugma. And like laser etched in, yeah.
Man, on a kind of real note though, we actually had to look at Pokemon in my pop culture studies class, and the way that it brings us up to be more engaged with capitalism as a concept, because you have to catch things and you have to, you know, amass a collection and raise them and treat them as your own when they're just fucking things. You got to catch them all mentality. And then you apply that to the way that we look at the world, and it's just kind of interesting. But yeah, that's what I do in school. I study episodes of the Pokemon animated series.
On another real note, Slugma's fucking awesome.
Yo.
Right?
I fucking love Slugma.
I love Slugma a lot. He's cool.
He's so cool.
He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lava
like
Slug.
Cool Pokemon.
Lava Slug alert.
There's not
Or
enough.
snail, I guess.
He's like
Yeah, he is a-
Slugma is a slug.
Yeah, that's literally in the name.
What's the...
Magcargo?
Macargo.
That's who he
I was
evolved
thinking about
into.
Macargo. Macargo's fucking awesome. I
Magcargo's
fucking
neat.
love Macargo.
I like all those sluggy slime ones.
Yeah, me too. I had in my Pearl playthrough, my most recent Pearl playthrough, I had a level 100 female Gastrodon.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
epic. It's the pink and brown one.
yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
awesome
yeah.
Pokemon. I love Gastrodon.
Oh, that's
as shit.
I disagree.
What?
I think they're so lame.
No, they're
What do you
so...
mean?
They're lame.
You
dude.
can't
They go,
say a water ground type is lame. You
They're
can't tell me a
fucking
water
lame.
ground
They're
type
just slugs.
with
They're
grass
big,
knot
yo,
is lame.
slugs.
Immune to electric type.
Immune. Only weak to grass.
Only weak to grass.
Only
Super weak
grass.
to grass.
That's okay.
That's
That's
no
fine.
problem.
That's
Pick,
okay.
Just pick Infernape. Fool. Or Magmortar.
Yeah,
Get your Magmarizer.
Your boy had a Magmortar in my party and my Gastrodon.
You couldn't have been
Unbeatable.
Pearl.
Sorry?
Magmar wasn't in Pearl.
What?
Only fire types in Pearl were...
I traded it into my diamond, yeah.
Oh, genius.
I have your boy thinking. I also had I traded my brother's Infernape from his Pearl into mine, so I had
awesome.
I had an Empoleon and an Infernape.
Nice. That's fucking
It was pretty
sweet.
dope.
That's really awesome. So you guys want to do these 20 questions? These
Sure.
different... it's from
Stock
thecoupleinstitute.com.
Oh fuck! All right.
All right. There's, I think, there's 23 of them, but they're not like, how much do you guys want to kiss? Like, it's not questions like that, so don't worry about it.
It's like gay, dude. We'll cut that.
Nah, we won't.
Fuck.
I don't cut anything.
Yo, that's nonsense.
I don't cut anything.
Raw, uncut.
That's what the people come for,
I guess so.
I think. That's what I tell myself. I just don't like editing.
Right.
Uncircumcised footage.
Phew.
We're going in uncut.
Yeah. No bris for this podcast.
No, sir.
You just say the word bris in my face.
Yeah! What else am I supposed to say?
That's fine. It's alright.
How many other words are there for that?
Just bris.
Getting your
Just Bris.
getting your
Exclusively bris.
schvelts snipped?
Schveltz.
I don't know how to say it. They got a lot of words. I think they have a lot of words for penis in Yiddish.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's like a lot
Schmeckel
of...
is one of them.
Schmeckel, yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah.
There's
That
a
just sounds like a fake word.
Yeah.
That just sounds like you're making
No,
fun
that's
of
what-
the
that's what
industry.
my
You gotta get your
grandparents-
schmeckel
Yeah,
clipped.
that's what my grandparents used to call it.
Yeah?
Fucking schmeckel. Dude.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
If my grandma looked at me in the eyes and said schmeckel, I would lose my
I'd
whole
pull a
shit.
steel fucking chair out from under the ring and go crazy.
My God.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I would turn to ash. I would just lose it. I could not handle that.
It'd be like getting pendant stared by Ghost Rider.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, there's a lot
That's
of...
a weird word.
I can be thinking about that all damn day.
It's a
Thanks for
perfect
that
word,
one.
I think.
It
It might be the perfect
There's no
word.
negative qualities to it.
No,
Yeah.
of course there aren't. All right, so let's get these. Let's check out these 20 questions. Question number 1, and you can each answer separately. If you could change only one thing in your life, what would it be, and why?
Is this like for like individuals?
Yeah, you can each answer separately.
Okay. If I had
Unless
to
you
change-
want to answer as a hive mind, I don't know how that would work.
No, if I had to change.
No, we didn't eat the same breakfast this morning, so that's not gonna work.
No, we're not on the same wavelength right now. I don't think. If I had to change one thing in my life, I would definitely remove both of my pinky fingers and both of my small toes. I don't think I need them.
Okay, well, Nick's never gonna walk
That's an
again.
absurd answer.
Nick ain't gonna walk anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I just don't need 'em.
Okay.
On a real note, I'd just like to be done school. That'd be fucking great if I didn't have to do that anymore.
If you could just like...
But on a more real note, if I didn't have a butt, that'd also be great. And didn't have to worry about pooping.
Now you're
What
just-
is
you're
wrong?
just-
What
you're
is
just-
wrong with you guys?
I don't know.
Fuck,
Okay.
you need all of those
Yo,
things.
Kim
No,
Jong's been on the wave.
Who?
Kim Jong. My boy doesn't have a butt.
Yeah, well, you know.
I just don't know where you were hoping to go. I'm just thrown off by that. Can we move on to the next question? We can forget about whatever Ethan just said. I'm thrown the fuck off by that.
Homie, Kim Jong doesn't have a butt.
He doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's not that he doesn't have a butt. He just doesn't poop.
He doesn't poop?
That's what he says.
Told, no, that's what he told people, like his country dude.
Oh,
He told North
yeah.
Korea.
Oh,
That's
right.
the narrative he's feeding everyone, which is also the only thing he's feeding his
Oh,
people.
that he's so
Yeah.
cool that he doesn't shit.
He's
Yeah.
he was like born on like a fucking mountain or whatever, and like a bird brought
He's like
him to
above
people.
his people. He's like a god.
He's not human.
Mm-hmm.
He's a god.
He definitely
What I'm
shits.
saying is, I want to be Kim Jong
He
Un.
definitely shits.
He has bad shits too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, question number 2. In a regular day, what do you find yourself thinking about the most? And you can't say minge.
You just put that question in fucking hard mode, my homie.
Yeah.
Damn. You're gonna have to give me a second.
Yo, honestly,
No.
probably music and shit.
Yeah, on the real, I'm
That's-
gonna have to say "Summer" by Jurassic Shark.
That's
Yeah?
yeah, that song's
It's the best song ever written.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, probably music. That's the thing that goes through my head literally 90% of the time.
That's
Me too.
That's literally all I'm ever thinking about ever is either playing music or listening to music or like
My life
version
is the
of
hard
that.
times in my pedal board, and that's what I've got for you.
Yeah, that's pretty
If I
much
had
it.
if I had to boil down my personality traits, it'd be-
My life is a hard times article.
yeah. Oh, it is.
Nice. Yeah, you ever go to work and just like have a little jukebox going on in your head
Yeah.
while you're
Oh,
working?
always.
I
All the
love that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just working in a factory, and like when you do that, like it's literally just pick a song and you do it. It's bad when you get a bad song stuck in your head though, and that's just going all day. It's not fun.
No, it really isn't. This one may have already been answered in reality. If you could write a song about your life, what type of music would you use?
The only kind of music I know how to write.
Yeah.
Fast and loud.
Fast and loud.
Yeah. Pretty much it.
That's all I got. Fast and loud.
Fast
like
and loud.
however that comes out. If I was to do it, it would just be fast and loud.
Right. Absolutely. High and tight. High and tight, fast and loud.
High and tight.
All
Fast
the,
and
all
loud.
the above. The answer is C.
All of the above. All right. Let's see. Question number 4. What things in life bring you the greatest pleasure? Can't say minge again.
I'm a big fan of food. I like food. I like cooking food. I like watching videos about food. Food brings me a lot of
Binging
joy.
with Babish.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Going to the farmers market every Saturday has been something that I never thought I would get so much joy out of. But like, man, it's awesome.
It's the greatest, right?
I love it. There's so much like good food. You can buy like pretzel buns and shit. You get free samples wherever you go.
Yeah.
Just get it. It's good. It's awesome.
Beyond music, I'd also have to say food.
Yeah, I feel like there's a weird crossover between like cooks and musicians and stuff.
Well,
They're just-
you're all artists.
yeah, in a way, yeah. for
We're all
sure.
creating something. It's just food is the only art you can create and then eat safely.
Weirdly, it is might be the most satisfying medium in that way.
Yeah.
I would like
It's always so rewarding
You're literally consuming it.
yeah, like
best way
Carter
possible.
said, it's
in a major way.
Yeah.
it's being like creating something and being able to enjoy what you're creating.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the same thing.
And growing stronger from what you've created because you literally absorb all of its power.
You literally
Yeah,
absorb
it
its
is. It might be
nutrients.
literally the most gratifying medium because your brain literally bleeds dopamine after you eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you gotta. So it's like
gotta.
I'm gonna create this thing and I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
It's
some.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Deviled
Man, I'm
eggs.
fucking hungry now.
Yeah, same.
Your boy's hungry.
I should have made some deviled eggs the other night. I was thinking about that.
That's mild.
Well, yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Now I'm thinking about the pea meal.
Uh oh.
Oh, yeah.
Pea
Uh
meal alert.
oh.
I'm gonna fuck up some pea meal after
Watch
this.
Megamind later and eat deviled eggs.
Ooh, baby.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Vibe alert.
Mood alert. That's a mood.
Absolutely. Let's see. Some of these are like, meh. All right. Okay, yeah. Question number 5. What do you feel is your greatest accomplishment in life? Did other people help to make that happen?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be, man, I got nothing else going on, homie. This is pretty one note, but when this record comes out, that's what I'm hoping it'll be. Truly.
Yeah, I could get real sad and say that it's something really real, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go with the same answer.
Yeah.
Definitely my proudest. It's gonna be the proudest thing.
Mm-hmm. Just because it's the first time I've ever undertaken something like this, where it's like start to bottom, it's a super ambitious project.
Yeah.
It's long. It's, and if it sounds the way I want it to at the end of it, I'm gonna be the proudest boy ever. So yeah,
it's our literal child.
Yeah.
Everything is us. It's not even like we have the medium of a studio or like engineers between us and the project. It's us with all of our dirty fingies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is mine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is my baby.
Totally right.
Yeah. Spent a lot of fucking money on all this stupid equipment for me to finally use it.
Yeah, that's rewarding though. It's the best feeling ever.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Here I am
doing the best.
Here I am doing the bit. All right, let's see. Question number. Hey. In what settings are you happiest / eager / most comfortable?
In somewhere that is my own, like my house, for example. But like, I like being in Brantford now because I'm like, it's my place. You know what I mean?
It's familiar.
Not only that, but I've just outgrown living in the same house as my parents. Personally, yeah. I can't see myself doing that for an extended period ever anymore. So I'd say somewhere that I can just do my own shit. I can cook my own food. I can be messy if I want to be, which I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a place that I feel like I've inhabited and made my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say that. Locking that in.
Final
answer.
Locked in.
Yeah.
I definitely say pretty much wherever I'm chilling with the lads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's because I live at my parents' place. And whenever I'm at my parents' place, it's the only time when I'm with the lads at the parents' place is usually when we're practicing. So I would naturally want to say that, but then that also translates to wherever else we would go afterwards or in any other setting. So just because like we spend so much like an absurd amount of time together.
Yeah,
so.
not only has like joining this band been like really great just because I have like an outlet and stuff now, but like Sun Junkies are my best friends in the world at this point, which I never thought I'd be able to say, but like
we're the freaking lads.
Yeah, they're the homies. So wherever we are, it's good.
That's rad.
Yeah.
It's very heartwarming to hear.
Yeah. Fucking hate all of them. They suck.
Fuck them all.
This is just a thin veneer of kindness.
Hear that, Ethan? Fuck you.
Wait. No! Fucking...
Okay, no, it's like positive energy here.
Yeah.
I'm skipping a couple because a lot of these are kind of samey.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's see. Okay, question number 11. It says, what would be my ideal romantic date? It doesn't say your. It says my.
Hit it. What is it?
No, you have to answer it.
Okay. We have to say what is your Sun Junkies concert.
Coming to our show and paying full price for entry.
Yeah.
Paying full price in the city of Toronto at the Monarch Tavern.
Nothing
to come see our
says
stupid garbage.
Nothing
band.
says romance like not being on the guest list.
Like, you're right.
Final answer.
Locking
It
it.
actually would have been a pretty decent time to have brought a date because I'd be like, I'm on the list.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you actually were. I was like,
Yeah.
I flex and it says on the list on my bicep.
I need to get one of those tats just for moments like that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get
tats.
all ages X's permanently tattooed on my hands. These X's aren't for kisses.
Well done.
Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay, this is question number 12. Is there a belief or attitude that seems to interfere with creating or pursuing a big dream?
Just nihilism.
Yeah, egotistical.
Yeah, and not only that, motivation. I'd say those are the three. Like not having the energy to do the thing.
Yeah.
And then just forcing yourself to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Since like one of the best pieces of advice anyone's ever given me is just like you gotta do it. In order for it to be done, you have to do it. And that sounds simple, right? It sounds easy, but like the hardest part is literally getting up off your ass and you know, grinding recording for 10 days or you know, practicing your instrument to a point where you're happy with it.
I'm trying to get you guys to come over for like 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, truly. Scheduling this is a fucking mission.
It's okay. It's always been tricky around here.
Yeah. Glad it finally happened though. Came to fruition.
Here we are, doing the thing.
Here we are. Let's see if I can't find some like better ones. I'll only do a couple more because I'll do like 10 and 10. I don't even remember how many I've done. Let's see. Let's see. In what situations do you feel most afraid or insecure?
Playing a show in the city of Toronto.
Yeah. There's a pressure there.
Super unnerving.
I'm absolutely on edge whenever we have to do that. I'd say generally just
Really?
being introduced to new groups of people, I guess. I mean, that sounds weird, but like I'm a fucking introvert, so you know, it's always a lot of pressure.
It feels like you gotta put on a performance.
Yeah. Anything that is not innately very comfortable. Like that's why it was so weird meeting Foreign Moon and having us hit it off so well right off the bat.
Because you were just you were nervous, right?
Right, yeah, I mean,
It was these goons before.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but that was, you know, erased pretty much immediately just because they're who they are and so easy to get along with. But most of the time it's pretty much like, I don't know what to say. What do I do?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of people's most.
Yeah.
Weirdly though, like I feel like with public speaking, I never really struggled with that.
Well, that's the thing.
Because it's you know it's separating performance from like actually, you know, conversing, and that's a totally different beast.
When it's public speaking, you have the floor,
right?
And like, especially if you're performing, like you got like a foot of difference, and you're the one talking, and they're all the ones listening. Whereas like it's a one-on-one, the other person could just totally fucking drop the ball of conversation.
Yeah,
and you're both sitting like, well, I mean,
yeah, that's why in a way this might be the hardest like medium to work in. You know what I mean? Because you really don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But I mean, like with performance, it's always become like I know what to do. I know what I'm here to do, and I know what I'm doing.
Especially since you're all together.
You practice doing it too.
You have you have like familiar people you can lean on and like depend on, and sort of share.
Yeah, totally.
You share the anxiety.
You share discomfort. Truly, it gives you total solace when you're in the middle of it,
and then you can just sort of channel it.
Yeah,
I love like whenever there's an awkward. I just love sitting in that silence and just waiting because I don't fucking care anymore. I don't fucking care if I'm talking to someone and it just peters out.
Yeah, that's totally admirable.
I also just like watching the other person be like.
I'm really good at doing that.
I love watching them squirm.
Yeah, yeah.
You cruel boy.
Yeah,
I'm a bit of a cretin. Well, if I don't know you, I don't fucking care yet.
No, exactly.
No, of course.
And that's exactly it.
Especially if you fuck up the conversation, then I'm like, all right, let's
just
see.
This is your penance.
Pick up the ball, asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fair enough, man.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. What country would you like to visit that you haven't visited yet?
Oh, that's a good one. You want to hit this boy first?
Probably most likely Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to Australia. The travel cost for Australia and the means of like being there and staying there for a while. It's a lot of money. It's really expensive to go there, and I just think like the culture.
It's like 35 million kilometers away.
Yeah, it's like 350,000 kilometers away.
It's like
from us.
Yeah,
it's far enough away. It's like it's like a flight with like 2 or 3 layovers sometimes. Like it's like thousands of dollars to get there. But I think that their like scene, like their music scene and their culture is really cool. And I think
they're killing it right now.
There are a bunch of awesome bands.
There are so many cool Australian
arts
bands, like like Skeggs, Dune
Hockey
Rats, Hockey Dad,
Giz.
Not to mention King Gizzard.
It's like not even. It's like music, like comedy, like just like our tours.
Yeah.
They're really booming over there right now. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome.
Like there's this band Skeggs. They just did a sold out tour in New Zealand. They just played like 6 dates in New Zealand, and all of them were sold out.
That's
Which is insane. Like the music scene, like in the culture around there, is just so like alive and well right now. It's just that's something I would love to try to immerse myself in at some point. Like not as a performer, but as an attender,
as a fan.
As a fan, absolutely.
To just sit in that culture.
Absolutely, and to like maybe like see a snake.
Yeah,
it would be kind of
see
cool.
a whole ass tarantula.
A spider as big as my face.
Yeah, see a shark would be nice. I'd like to see a shark. Never seen a wild shark.
No.
Or I guess I've seen like the top of one maybe.
Yeah,
I ain't.
But I would like to see a whole one.
Saw Jaws.
Yeah.
I saw Jaws.
For me, it'd probably be Germany, honestly.
Yeah.
That that country seems awesome. But there's a city in it specifically. Berlin.
Munich.
Well, Munich. Munich was the city. But Berlin's known for its really avant-garde and weird art that's going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, everyone knows that's where Bowie went to record the Berlin, the trilogy, right? So,
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Including me.
Obviously. But, I don't know. That city... Not less for the art. I wouldn't even really want to go there so much as like I heard the culture is really great. I'd love to get around on a bike everywhere. Underratedly, that seems like a lot of fun.
And like drink a beer while you're walking down the street.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking cares.
That's the place. I would love to go to New Orleans. New Orleans is the top of my list as far as places I want to go because I mean not even for Mardi Gras. Like that sounds fun and like that's the brocore answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to go get fucked up and drink alcohol in the streets and shit. It's just
I want to go get hepatitis from at Mardi Gras. Yeah,
awesome.
bro.
But I mean they're really investing a lot of money in like putting more of their resources into the tourist nature of New Orleans and like everything that you can do outside of just Mardi Gras there. Yeah. So I'd love to go to New Orleans.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you with Australia, Nick. I mean, they're all really cool places. Mm-hmm. It's like that, and like it's not a country, but like Istanbul is somewhere I'd really love to go.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's like one of the oldest cities in the world.
Right.
It's just got so much fucking history and like the cool buildings and just all the culture. Just so much shit going on over there, dude.
Like Machu Picchu style.
Well, that's pretty far away.
Like 35 million kilometers.
Yeah. Not quite. Maybe only 30.
There we are.
Million.
Come full circle.
Maybe only 30 million.
We're back here, boys.
Also, because Ottoman Empire. Pretty epic, right?
Want to go play Assassin's Creed in real life?
Not really. Not that one.
not the dumb first one.
Not the dumb first one.
No, that's the Revelations is the Ottoman one. That's the one
I
where you're in
like
Istanbul.
Revelations.
I like Revelations too.
Yeah, it's the Hook, dude. The Hook blade
Hook's like doesn't do anything though. Hook like doesn't really do much. Doesn't add much to the game. I like the tower defense thing. That was weird and neat.
Yeah, it was cool. Revelations is epic. Can't change my mind. Sorry.
All right, I
Love
won't.
that game.
You're the guy standing at the table.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Revelations isn't bad. Change my mind.
It's good. I had fun.
Yeah.
Can't change my mind.
All right, I won't.
Assassin's Creed isn't bad. Change my mind.
Okay. We'll do one last question. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Actually, we'll do two more. This one's a really good one though. Name 3 things that most excite your imagination when you imagine doing them. Cannot say minge.
As soon as you started the question, I was waiting for the cannot say minge at the end because my first thought was I'm gonna say minge, clunge, and like box. Those are the 3 answers.
I just want to say
My apologies to everyone who may have heard that.
I just want to say yuck.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm sorry, Carter.
It's okay.
What was the question?
You repeat the question.
Yeah,
again,
name
sorry.
3 things that most excite your imagination when you imagine doing them. It's worded kind of strangely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I want to say, like, not even because that's what I was thinking about answering.
Well, it says when you imagine doing them.
Yeah, it's like that's free. That's free right there.
It is a freebie, which is why I couldn't let you have it.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Cooking.
Cooking's epic.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Cooking.
The 2 things I do, cooking and music. Let's see. I don't know. Going new places is also one.
Yeah,
Going
traveling.
Yeah.
Just being in places that I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I want to be in places that make me feel like I'm K-holing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like completely
that's what the
dissociating.
tour was.
Yeah.
Going
Grid.
Going places you've never been before. That's why I like that. The Venn diagram of music and going places you've never been before is touring.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
really
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll give one. One of the ones that most excites my imagination is getting a fucking sweet platinum trophy in any video game.
Any video game.
Platinuming a video game.
That's pretty sweet.
One of the most. It's just I don't know why those stupid numbers just give me the biggest hits of dopamine ever in my life. Whenever I hear the little broop and I see a trophy, yeah, a little bit every single time.
That's awesome.
I get what you mean. I get the energy you're giving off there. That's pretty sweet.
Pure gamer energy.
Pure gaming energy.
Absolutely.
Maybe drinking a fucking cold ass beer.
Yeah.
After like a long day of doing shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
I like eating outside. I like eating in my backyard a lot.
Yeah, love
that's
that.
another
That's
one.
a simple pleasure in life, honestly.
Being able to do something outside that is typically done inside.
Oh, it's great.
Like just because you can. Because
One of
you
these
feel
days,
like it's pretty sweet.
One of these days, I'll have to try and pull off a podcast butt outside.
Yeah. Oh,
Podcast in the park.
Yeah.
Pee in the pee.
Yeah.
dude, alliteration.
We're already cooking up over here.
We're doing
Nick's talking about docking again.
I guess I am. Huh? Shit.
I guess I always do that, don't I?
It's coming full circle again.
I guess that's one of your three things, right?
Docking, parking.
Parallel parking.
Parking. Yeah, that's all I got. Those are my two answers.
Swimming. I like swimming in a pool.
Yeah. Swimming in a
Yeah.
pool's good.
Honestly, one of the things that most excited my imagination when I imagined doing them was just coming back here for the weekend.
Yeah.
I had a pretty long work week,
Shit.
and I literally was working for the weekend.
You
Play it.
literally were.
Everybody weekend. Sorry.
You ever
That's
see
the
the-
song. That was
I
the
know,
song.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the song.
You ever see the episode of Regular Show when they're mowing the lawn and that song's playing?
No.
No.
There's like a big coffee bean that squirts coffee out of his nipples.
Oh yeah.
And then and he goes coffee when he does it, and then they
Sweet.
drink a bunch of coffee, and then they mow this giant fucking lawn, and it's just a montage of them mowing the lawn with this big riding lawnmower with Loverboy's playing in the background.
That's sweet.
It's pretty great.
That show's kind of epic.
Oh, that show was epic.
There was a period of time where I watched Regular Show.
Tyler the Creator's on that boy.
Really?
Yeah, there's an episode where there's like they're doing like rap battles, and Tyler the Creator is one of like the dudes doing a rap battle, and then Pops comes out, and then he's doing like poetry in like in a response to the rap battle, and then like Pops wins because he's doing poetry, and it's epic.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
fucking
it's
awesome.
Pops.
And Tyler the Creator's just like freestyling.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
That's really great. All right, okay, one last question.
Okay.
Who are you most envious of? Final cue.
People that can just shit out songs. People like Jeff Rosenstock and Nick Radigan. Because they don't have to... I mean, I'm sure they have to try to write brilliant songs and awesome music, but they just... The amount and sheer ease that they seem to do it with is just completely admirable. Yeah. I am envious of all the songs those boys have written. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say there are a few bands that fall into this category, but so like bands that found success at a young age and now are successful but still have the attitude of we are not attached to like a studio or like a label or like a title or anything. We're just still doing what we were doing when we were 18 and we're successul.
Yeah.
And, like the prime example in my mind is my favorite band Wunderbar.
Yeah.
Because
You're wearing a Wunderbar shirt right now.
We're wearing a Wunderbar shirt right now. They wrote their number one single, Holy Toledo. They wrote and recorded it by themselves when they were like 17 years old, like just in their bedroom. And that song has over 5 million plays on Spotify. And they rode the success of that for the release of their first record, Antics. And then they followed that up with a fantastic album called Gawk. And then they rode that album all the way up to the release of their third record, Smell Smoke. And they've been spending the past like year and a half touring with bands like Joyce Manor and having bands like Illuminati Hotties opening up for them, and just being the most like having the most like fuck you, we are our own people attitude on the stage and like on their internet presence, and not being like tied to a label. Like they have their own record label.
I love that.
Just being able to do that and just like with your best friends from high school and shit, like that's the most wholesome, positive energy I can think of, and that's
Living the dream, right?
That's how I'm trying to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pretty much just
fantastic.
musicians that we love, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the people I'm most envious of are just successful creatives.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Being able to do it and live off of it sounds insane. Like, I would take being a blue collar musician for the rest of my life, like working a shitty I don't give a fuck job for like 8 months of the year. If that means I can go on tour for 4 of those months, you know, I'm fine with that reality. That seems like a totally plausible future for me. So
Yep, you said it.
I'm just gonna do my best to make that a reality.
You're like the Sultans of Swing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are like Dire Straits.
No, different. That's
Oh,
different.
is that different?
Well, I mean, the song Sultans of Swing
Yeah.
talks about like a band like that.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever listened to that fucking song? dude?
Yeah, I just didn't know that was a lyrical concept. I just know it's by Dire Straits.
Yeah. It's pretty good. You listen to Money for Nothing by Dire Straits?
Oh, yeah, that's the song that's in, what's that movie?
Kingsman.
UHF?
Yeah.
The
UHF?
UHF, I think?
It's a movie?
Or it's a Weird Al Yankovic movie.
Oh, really?
Yankovic movie?
Yeah.
Where he plays this like radio announcer guy, and he takes over this like abandoned radio station, and he like makes his own like radio show and then like TV show and stuff, and then he becomes like this kingpin in the entertainment industry and like the area that he's from, and then all the other TV stations are trying to like shut him down and stuff because he's like making so much money. He's like stealing all the viewers, and he exposes all like the dirty businessmen in the TV industry. It's really cool. But there's an animated music video for Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Yeah,
and,
that music video is pretty wacky.
yeah,
It's pretty zany.
yeah. And Weird Al Yankovic is in the version that's in the movie. He's like in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's in like the actual.
How old's the movie?
Like early 90s maybe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's fun fact of the day. That's a fantastic movie.
cool.
Check it out if you get the time.
Good movie. Good song, too. They say, Mark Knopfler says faggot in that song 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I did not know that.
That's a rough go.
So, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
I heard that song all my life.
Yeah.
And they probably just like censored it on the radio.
Yeah.
And that's probably where I listened to it for the first time.
Where do they sneak it in?
Well, I was
Like, do they say it like in 3 unrelated lines, or is it like in a repeated line?
it's in a repeat.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they're saying it in like completely unrelated context, that's something else.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
something.
it's not like malicious, and it's also the song was written in like 1984, I believe. So like, you know, that's back when being gay was cool.
Yeah, back when being gay was awesome and sick.
Yeah.
Unlike now.
It's not
Yeah.
cool anymore. Now it's just lame.
That's just out of trend.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I need to find it. Oh, here we go.
The genius lyrics for Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Oh shit! I think I just lost it. Oh wait. Yeah. So it goes. Yeah, they do like the chorus, and then it goes. Yeah, it's the beginning of the second verse. He says, "See the little faggot with the earring and the makeup. Yeah, buddy, that's his own hair. That little faggot got his own jet airplane. That little faggot, he's a millionaire."
Whoa.
Yeah. It's fucking sweet.
That's insane.
I had no.
crazy.
I didn't know those. I didn't know that those were the words for years and years. And then like a year ago, I was walking through campus. Like I was just going to the cafeteria, and I had the song on in my earbuds. And I was like, "Hey, wait a minute!" And then it happened again. I was like, "Wait!" And then it happened. And I was like, "No, wait!"
That's crazy.
It's
do you
hilarious.
think they censored it with like fella, maybe?
They probably just cut him out saying it, because a lot of the time in like radio edits and stuff, they
They
just,
just
like
bleep silence.
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
silence out the swears.
Yeah. You have to have the forethought to record a different version in the studio, and
Yeah.
if they're saying that, I don't think they really cared.
It was the version on the album. It was
Oh.
probably the version they played on the radio at the time.
Oh
That's
yeah.
wild.
I think it's really funny.
Shit, eh?
I'm floored by that.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at him go. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Dire
I saw,
Straits is really.
I watched
yeah.
I watched a YouTube video. It was like a live show where they played that song. It was just like a bunch of British music. It was like Mark Knopfler and like Sting and like fucking who's the Genesis guy? I forget his name.
Peter Gabriel.
No, other one.
Phil Collins.
Thank you. Yeah, like Phil Collins and like a bunch of people. And then he's singing the song, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it. And he didn't say it, and I was like, nah.
He didn't. That's so
Lame.
Yeah.
They
So
couldn't
lame.
make Phil Collins make gay people mad.
No, well, it wouldn't have been Phil's fault. It would have been Mark Knopfler's fault.
Yeah.
He
you're
wrote the
right.
damn words.
But I mean, yeah, okay.
It doesn't make me upset. Like, it's just, I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
There's someone could get mad at that.
Yeah.
Well, someone could, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
It's not a malicious context. If anything, it's
not.
quite the opposite.
Yeah, it's not at all, actually.
It's really funny.
They just did that, man. They just...
Yeah. It was, hey, nobody cared. It was the 80s. 84, when did Live Aid happen?
I have no idea.
It's probably around the same time, I think.
Yeah, it was
pretty
around
close.
the same time.
Pretty
it was like
close.
mid-80s.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, that
No
happened.
idea, my guy.
Well, I guess I just found out the quickest way to end a podcast.
Just talking about Live Aid.
Live
Aid
Aid.
brought it to a quick close there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll wrap it up. We're at just about the 2-hour mark.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Crazy. Time
Yeah,
flies.
Absolutely.
When you're recording every word you say.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, if you guys have anything you want to plug, give us all of your Instagrams and Spotify accounts and any new things up and coming. They probably don't have any show dates coming up. You probably
No,
you know,
actually,
we
we have
do.
one. We have a
Really?
We have a Brantford show coming up August 9th.
August 9th.
August 9th.
We're playing at Club Envy with Nylon Otters.
Awesome band that we saw open for Wunderbar actually in Buffalo.
wow.
They kick ass, so everyone should come out to that
It's
show.
super cool. And then also playing with us is Halo Nelly. Then $30 Weekend will also be at that show. And then Jumpstart Susie and Yellow Nadine.
right.
We're all playing that show.
Scene bands, awesome.
And then on the 16th, we're playing somewhere in the Kensington Market.
Yeah, we're playing for our Foreign Moon buddies over there. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
So we'll be...
Hopefully I'll be able to make that one.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'll,
cool.
that'll be a Friday Eve on the 16th of
Right.
August.
So August 9th, August 16th.
And that's all we got for right now.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna be in the stew, grinding
in the
away.
stew.
It's grinding away. Hopefully
Grinding.
getting all that recording done.
Well, if you wanna catch the shows, you wanna stay up to date, please follow these guys on Instagram. It's just at sun.junkies.
Sun_junkies.
Sun_junkies on Instagram.
And then at Jun Sunkies on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like facebook.com/Jun Sunkies. And then we also got the Spotify, Apple Music,
All the above.
Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Tidal, Deezer, Groove Shark.
Never forget
Groove Shark.
Well,
You guys have a Groove Shark?
No, Groove Shark's dead.
Bummer.
Unfortunately, but it's funny to think about.
That's where I used to listen to all my Rucka Ali songs
Oh yeah.
Oh,
in grade
yeah.
7. And K-pop.
Nice.
Awesome.
I used to,
Nice.
listen to a lot of Rucka Ali and Shiny.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Maybe it's a J-pop band. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And MySpace music.
And MySpace Music.
MySpace
Google
Music.
Play Music.
Google Play
Google
Music.
Play.
Yeah.
Add us to your circles on Google Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all our
Tidal,
We got all our shit on lock.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks for having us, man. It's
Thanks
been
for
a lot of
coming. This is a blast. I'm glad we finally got around to
fun.
it.
Yeah. Sweet.
After all these years, we finally did the thing.
It's been years.
Yes.
Well, everyone, that will wrap up another episode in the bank. We got 3 now. It's turning into a little family. I can't wait to put that George Costanza thumbnail on it and slap it on up.
Hell the fuck
Also,
yeah.
you can find all these episodes on YouTube now. It's youtube.com/toastytheg. Or maybe it's Toasty the Gamer. Probably gonna have to rebrand the channel for the pod. But that's okay. They're all on there. And also on the SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/in2 the Limelight. Although I found out that I'm not paying for SoundCloud because why would I?
They have a limit in the hours.
Yeah,
you can
they
upload.
limit the amount of like hours or minutes you can upload. So because I've done podcasts, I uploaded 3 of them, and now they're like, you're done.
Yeah.
You're out of time. So give us some fucking money. So I'm not gonna do that.
Oh no.
So we're
That's
gonna be on
upsetting.
YouTube now, and I'm gonna try and get them on Spotify. But you have to pay money for that.
Mhm.
So we'll get there when we get there.
Mhm.
And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Fucking at @ToastyTheG. That's the one I actually post on. My professional one, I believe, is at. Oh God, what even is it?
It's just Carter Anthony.
I think it's just at Carter Anthony. This is how seldom I use it.
Yeah.
Or it's like Carter Anthony Productions or something?
No,
Is that
it's not.
an official name?
Not quite that. Let's find it. It's at Carter Anthony on Instagram and at ToastyTheG on Instagram. That's what I got. That's what we got for you today. So again, I'll thank everybody so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.